Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Very good evening to each and every one of you from Newcastle International Airport once again. And today it is Sunday the 3rd of July 2022 and we're live again. Didn't expect to be going live again so soon, but had some free time and another Turkish 737-800 is due in again. And didn't want to miss the opportunity. So we've got some good movements scheduled for this evening. First we've got a Lufthansa Embraer 190 that's just taxiing there, again back to Frankfurt. How's the audio, how's the video everyone? Hope it's all okay. And shout outs to Paul, Eddie, Daniel's Life, Chibaz 1990, Nicholas, and to everyone who's joined. Robert Hadfield, Bob, you've just joined as well. Good evening, mate. Lovely to have you with us. And hopefully we've got another exciting, action-packed evening with plenty of movements, I hope. So we'll see. But yeah, it's meant to be good. We've got an Eastern Airways Embraer. What am I saying? We've got an Eastern Airways. Oops, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there, but my phone just did something. For some reason. I don't know what my phone just did. My phone just deleted someone's message and it seems to be a recurring issue. Sorry, Daniel's Life. Sorry, mate. Doing very well, thank you, Daniel. Hope you're keeping well, mate. And sorry about that. And Vincent, evening all, in Whitley Bay, just watching. Lovely to have you on board. Lovely to have you with us. But yeah, the phone has a tendency for some reason, if you just hold it for too long or whatever. The other day I accidentally removed someone's comment completely by accident. And yeah, sorry about that, folks. It's a bit of a pain. Right, so we've got the Embraer taxiing there. We've got the Ranger down at the very bottom of the taxiway. Then we've got Eastern Airways Jetstream, which is just about to line up. And on final approach there, we've got a little Citation just landing. I didn't notice this one on Flight Radar, but I haven't checked it for the last 5 or 10 minutes. So as you can all tell, we're a little bit further away from the runway today with a bit of a different head-on view. This one gives you a little bit more of a vantage point looking down on the runway. So for landings and takeoffs, it's just a little bit of a better vantage point. You're set a bit further away, but it does allow you better head-on shots. So as you can see, that Citation's there, and the Jetstream is just lining up behind. That Eastern Airways Jetstream is flying to Aberdeen. Again, it's taken those flights to Aberdeen over from Loganair when Loganair stopped operating them over a year ago now, I believe. So yeah. And that Cessna Citation is Golf Kilo India Oscar November with the Union Jack tail on the back, as you can see. And I'm not sure where it's landed from, so if any of you can see on Flight Radar, that would be greatly appreciated, if you can see where he's landed from. Also, there's another business jet in the back. You can just see the tail over there. And then that's it, just taxiing to the Aviation Academy. Right, we'll pan back to the runway, and now we've got Eastern Airways Jetstream just rolling down there. And you'll see the Lufthansa Embraer just starting to line up in the background in theory. Although no, he's taking his time a little bit more, so yeah, you'll just see the nose of it. might be able to tell from the audio, it is a little bit windy today. No major crosswind, to be honest. The wind at the moment was about 250 to 260 degrees at about 14 knots. So pretty much a direct headwind for all the arriving and departing aircraft, which is pretty good. So I'll just quickly have a look at all of your comments. And once again, a big welcome to each and every one of you to the live stream. And see, we've got about 60 on at the moment. It's lovely to have you all with us. Ferry Hill Train Spotter, great to have you with us, mate. How are you doing? Gary Dunn, good evening. Steve Marchant, has the Emirates taken off from Friday? Yes. The Emirates on Friday night took off at about 10 to 11. So it was about 30 minutes after we ended the live stream. Then they departed. So yes, it did take off, but unfortunately we missed it. Hopefully tonight, and I say hopefully, hopefully it runs on time, but it's not looking very promising because the inbound aircraft looks like it might land just on time, but we'll have to see how that goes. Daniel's live. Sorry for removing your comment before, mate, and you love the view. It's great, fantastic. But like I say, it's a little bit further away from the action, but you get a nice view, which is good. Alex Aviation, yep, we got the jet stream. That was it. You've just seen it there. Right, and here comes the Embraer. Just rolling there. Nice smooth takeoff. A few birds in the area as well. You can see birds everywhere you look. Nice to see. And that's the Lufthansa Embraer. I'm not sure what the registration is. Delta Alpha Echo Charlie. Not too sure. I'll have to have a look at that. So just a quick overview of the airport. You've got taxiway Delta over there. You can see the high-speed exits. You can see Bravo for runway 25 and 07. And the far distance there, you've got exit point Charlie and Charlie West, so that's over there. And then just looking further over the airfield, we've got the you can see the direction of the wind at the moment, and even from the hedges you can see how the hedges are blowing, so it's still fairly blustery, that wind. Then down across to the Emirates control tower. You can see the Emirates logo and name there on the Newcastle Airport control tower. Now today, amazingly, most of the aircraft, or should I say most of the flights, seem to be running almost to schedule, so there isn't really anything parked up at all. There's literally nothing on the ground at the moment, so we just have to be patient and wait for the Emirates and everything else to arrive, basically. But it's Sunday, lots of the outbound flights departed earlier, and everything seems to be running fairly on time, which is unusual. So yep, and then over there at the Academy we can see just behind on the Samson apron there is a business jet parked over there. You can see the tail of it there at the back. So there is one business jet on the ground anyway, plus a bit of general aviation traffic. But that's going to be our view for the live stream anyway. I'll just check out the all of your comments and everyone. And once again, you're all very welcome on board this evening. It's great to have you with us. Alex, Jetstream 41 is such a loud aircraft. It is. It's a lovely aircraft. I had the chance to fly on Eastern Airways Jetstream 41. When was it? 2017 or 2018? I think it was 2017. I think. Was it 20? No, it was 2018, yeah. Because it was the year that Qatar Airways launched flights to Cardiff Airport. So I flew from Anglesey down to Cardiff Airport on what was a public service order flight. So basically the Welsh government subsidised the flight, and yeah, I got a cheap deal on the Jetstream 41, which was nice. Great experience. Unfortunately, the Welsh government have actually just recently announced that they're no longer going to continue to fund that flight. So it's a shame, but it is what it is. Landed from Luton. Great, thank you very much, Daniel. Cheers for that. Took off from Newcastle and landed back. It's a Union Jack. Oh dear. Yeah, it's noticeable they didn't have the Northumbrian flag, isn't it? Ferry Hill, Dubai flights over Shildon. It is, yes. I'm just going to manual focus the camcorder and you'll be able to... sorry if you see me playing around with the settings, but I need to in order for you to be able to see this. Where has it gone? Right, the Emirates should be... I've just seen it out the corner of my eye. You can... Ah, there it is. There it is there. It's the Emirates just turning in on the final. So if you can see it on Flight Radar 24, you can see it on here as well. Our Emirates flight coming in from Dubai. And who knows, one day this flight could be operated by a 777X, imagine that. With the one with the folding wingtips, that would be cool to see. Or maybe even a Dreamliner. Although to be honest with you, I'm not sure. With the cargo, I don't think a Dreamliner would be that well suited to the route, if I'm honest. So there it is, the mighty EK. EK33 is the flight number. Previously it used to be EK35 and 36, however after the pandemic obviously Emirates had cancelled a whole load of flights, and the original Dubai to Newcastle flight was scheduled to land at about 11:15 in the morning, then depart at about 1 o'clock, and it was obviously replaced with this flight, which arrives at about 7 and departs, well, supposed to depart at about 9, but as we discovered the other day, things don't always go to plan. But the flight number, EK33, which I mentioned before, that used to be the flight code for the Emirates flight from Dubai to London Stansted. So it used to be that one. And obviously the airline swapped schedules, changed everything around, and now we've got EK33 instead of the flight number we had for over 10 years, which was EK35. So a little bit of history there for you on flight numbers, random uninteresting information, you might say. So that's the 777 established on the ILS there, as you can see. And shortly we'll also have a Ryanair 737-800 coming in from FARO, and shortly after that a Loganair Embraer 145. So we've got a few good movements to keep us going. And we've got over 114 people tuned in at the moment. A very good evening to each and every one of you. It's fantastic to have you on the live stream, and we've got lots of action hopefully coming in this evening, so stay tuned, and it's great to have you with us. Really good. It's all good, don't worry, Hams. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, I hate it when things like that happen with technology and it's just outside of your control. I really don't like that. Emirates just to fly over you and Stanley, Claire. Very nice, very nice. Well, that's it on the approach there, as you can see on the screen. Just trying to keep it in focus there. One big dip in the runway, Mikey. Yes, it is indeed. It is indeed. The INTL Geordie birds, Nico and Mould. Oh dear. Hopefully, actually, I don't know how bad the wind noise is because it is blowing fairly steadily up here, but you should be able to hear the birds singing in the background as well. So hopefully that's nice and clear. Sure, it was the same Lufthansa as Friday. I haven't had a chance to check, Sam, but I think you might be right, mate. I think you might be right. Leeds Airport's dip in the runway. It is, yes, it is a big dip down at Leeds. You're right there. But, the Newcastle one's pretty impressive as well. Right, camera's just going to get jerky a second because I'm just panning it down a little bit. There we go. District driver, good evening from sunny Gateshead. Very good evening, mate. Great to have you with us. It's a nicer evening tonight than it was on Friday. Friday it was a bit hit and miss with showers, but today is actually really nice. Like I say, the wind, it's fairly steady at 14 to 16 knots, but overall it's not too bad. Joseph, have you had some scran yet? Yes, I have, mate, I have. Just after the live stream on Friday, I made a small detour quickly to McDonald's on my way home, and I can honestly say it was one of the most satisfying things I've eaten, and I was very happy afterwards when I was heading home. Very happy indeed. So, can't beat a good old McDonald's. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Well, they absolutely nailed that landing. It was really good. And then the customary vacating at the end of the runway now. Wasn't much, like I say, there's not much of a crosswind, but still always fun to see the 777 coming into land here. And the size of those GE90 engines, it's always something something amazing to see. I just wish they would cut that hedge, to be honest. Although nowadays they seem to be cutting them later and later, unfortunately, but there are reasons for it though. Alpha 6 Echo Bravo Quebec, sporting the familiar Emirates tail. And at least today it isn't having to wait for a Jet 2 737 which is pushing back, so that's some consolation. And there you go, the Emirates logo on Newcastle Airport Control Tower, along with the actual Emirates flight. And there we have it. So who reckons we're actually going to see this 777 take off tonight? Because I'm optimistic, however I'm very realistic, especially after our experience the other night. So who thinks we're going to see it take off? Because I hope we do, but I am going to be sensible and set my cut off a little earlier, I think. But after Friday's experience, I had lots of people say, oh, you know, it's a shame we missed the Emirates and this, that and the other and whatnot. So tonight I'm quite determined that we'll get it live departing. So hopefully it happens. There we go. That's it, just making the tight turn onto the stand there. And in just a second we'll also have Ryanair 737-800 landing and a Loganair as well. Wow, we've got 230 people tuned in at the moment. Very good evening to each and every one of you. Great to have you all with us. Jamie's Aviation, hello, welcome to the live stream. Live near Gatwick and it's overcast. Yeah, it's sort of broken here, the cloud. It's bright in between, but the cloud is broken. But it's not too bad, to be honest. You had a hard landing in 2018 with Saab 2000 Eastern Airways. Nice one, mate. And Debbie from Canterbury again, hello. Welcome on board again, it's lovely to have you with us. Sam, Chippers, did I watch the F1? I didn't watch it, no, but I did listen to it. I didn't watch it, I did listen to it on the radio. So yeah, I was doing a few jobs outside and had it on BBC radio and was just listening to it. It was good, it was a really good race, sounded like it anyway. Is Emirates going to be late? Yes, it probably is, but hey, let's stay positive, let's stay positive. I think that baggage loader in the very far background, you see the baggage loader just under the Emirates wing. I'm wondering if that's for the Turkish 737, we'll have to see. Qatar use the 787s for cargo at Edinburgh. They do indeed, mate, that's right. You're in Blythe, Northumberland. Yeah, they are amazing to see. Totally agree, mate, totally agree. Neil Smith, very good evening to you as well, mate. Great to have you with us. Looking forward to coming up in August to your favourite airport. Fantastic, mate. I'm assuming that's Newcastle. Hopefully you have a great flight. Chris Kennedy, wind noise is mainly unnoticeable, certainly better than... Oh, that's great, mate. That's really good. Appreciate that. I try and find a location where it sort of shelters the microphone from the wind noise, and it tends to work most of the time anyway. So the other day we were waiting on those steps to be taken away from the aircraft, and today we're waiting for them to be connected to the aircraft. So what a change. And there's the fuel tanker just going in. Edward Porter, doing very well, mate. Thank you very much for joining. Great to have you with us. You wonder if we'll ever get Qatar Airways land at Newcastle Ferry Hill? Very possibly. It might happen one day, mate. It might happen. I think, funnily enough, we may actually see something like Saudi Airlines flying to Newcastle before we see Qatar flying to Newcastle. It's just a guess, but I might be completely wrong. But Saudi, is very interested in Newcastle United, with the Public Investment Fund having invested in them. And yeah, who knows? We might see them one day. You never can tell. Kenji, ALC, hello. Laura Coyle, hello. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome to the live stream. Yes, we've got a bit of a different view today. So looking down on the runway and we can see the centre line and everything. So that's it's going to be good. EIDPZ next, then Sierra Alpha Juliet Sierra Newcastle fly. Thank you very much, mate. So this one we've got on final now. We'll just pan upwards. That one there. There it is. Echo India Delta Papa Zulu. Ryanair's 737-800 from FARO. FARO's still one of those destinations I keep looking at and think, I need to go there. I've been to Porto and I've been to Lisbon. I've been to the capital and to the north of the country, but I haven't actually been around the Algarve down near Faro, so who knows, maybe one day. I'm just going to try and keep this angle for a second, and you might just see the Loganair Embraer intercepting the ILS just behind this Ryanair. If I can keep this shot, yep, there it is. You can just see behind that cloud there, the Loganair Embraer is just intercepting the ILS. You can see we've got two on the approach there. You'll be able to see it on flight radar, and you can see it on the camera as well. So there's the Embraer just at the top of the screen and the Ryanair at the bottom of the screen. As you can see, the Ryanair looks like he's having fun with those, with that little bit of wind. And that is a Ryanair landing. Dear me. Yeah, that is a 100% Ryanair landing. Sorry for the zoom, folks. That was my hand getting a bit unsteady there. Very nice, very nice. You think it'll take off about 9:30? I'm with you, Ferry Hill. Yep. I'm happy to stay till 10, but we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. Robert Lambert, you don't think we will? We'll see, mate. We'll see. You hunch it's the refuelling rate that causes the Emirates delays. Slow fueling causes a slot miss. I think you could partly be right, mate. I think so, because it does tend to always do like a second lot for the refueling and then it goes back. So yeah, I think you could be spot on there, mate. You've been at sunny Knockhill today. Nice one. Hope you had a lovely time. CTOT is a word we never heard much of during the pandemic. You're absolutely right. I can remember if this was only recently as well. I think it was about a month ago, 2 months ago. And I remember British Airways on stand being told, oh, by the way, you have a slot delay. And I remember thinking then, my goodness, it's got to be 2 and a bit years since I last heard of a slot delay. Crumbs. You don't realise just how much, you know, heading back to normal we are heading. To the extent that some European airlines have started to charter in US aircraft just purely because of the shortage of trained pilots, crews and available aircraft in Europe at the moment. So it just shows you how much demand there is at the moment. It's really good. UK Aviation Images, great to have you with us, mate. Turkish is planned for stand 12. Cracking bit of info that, mate. Thank you very much. So we'll be parking along just past the Emirates then. That's brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for that. So we've got the Logan Air, which is just on final. We'll pan over to that in just a second. You were here when the Emirates didn't take off. Ryan, you're very welcome on board, mate, and hopefully you're still with us when the Emirates does depart this evening, and hopefully it will. Hopefully it will. Martin Hughes, hello, another local, enjoying the coverage of the tune. Great to have you with us, mate. Welcome on board. Like I say, we're gonna stick around, hopefully until the Emirates departs. But again, let's just pray that everything goes nice and smoothly, and we get it departing. Right, here's the Logan Air Embraer, Sierra Alpha Juliet Sierra. Now a frequent, or should I say, a regular appearance on our last couple of live streams. This Embraer 145, I think it's Clan Stewart if I remember correctly. So I can't remember if this is coming in from Southampton or Exeter. There we go, nicely done, nicely done. Fun little fact about these Embraers, which a lot of you may or may not know. So normal aircraft, once they land, they engage what's commonly known as reverse thrust. So they engage that to slow the plane down once they've landed, because obviously, you know, you're landing at about 140 miles an hour, so you want to be able to slow down fairly fast. Now these particular Embraers, they don't have reverse thrust. So that means the sort of airports they can fly into is limited somewhat, because they're limited by brakes, basically. Speed brakes on the wings, which slow the aircraft down, and manual brakes on the wheels, like you would have in your car, for instance. Not the same, but you know, you get that kind of idea. So some Embraer 145s and 135s in the United States, for instance, they do have reverse thrust. I think even the French, I think some of the French ones have reverse thrust as well, but Loganairs don't. So it kind of restricts the aircraft as to where it can go. It can't go into ultra short runways and so on. It has been scheduled, funnily enough, on some flights that Loganair, on some of the routes even that Loganair operates to, for instance, Shetland or to the likes of Sunborough Airport. But unfortunately the aircraft, whilst on paper it probably could land there, with the lack of reverse thrust, it isn't used on those flights for that reason. So just another bit of useless information you might like to know. So that's the Ryanair on the ground, the Emirates on the ground, and Loganair on the ground. And we've got over 300 viewers right now, 300 of you all tuned in. Great to have each and every one of you with us this evening. Thank you for tuning in. We're just waiting now for Freebird to land, and I think there's another Ryanair coming in as well. So we've got still got a few movements to go. Just go through some of your comments again. Megan Gwither, great to have you with us. Welcome back. Lovely to have you on the stream. Northeasters won't like Saudi dry airline. Interesting, very interesting comment there, Chris. Very interesting. Wish it was back in 2015. Yes, same here. Samuel Taylor Ackroyd, good evening. Lovely to have you on board this evening. Exploring buses and trains, hello, great to have you with us. What's the biggest aircraft that uses Newcastle Airport? So, on a scheduled basis, the biggest aircraft to use Newcastle Airport is the one you see in front of you, the Emirates Boeing 777. The airport has handled the likes of the Dubai Airwing Boeing 747 on behalf of His Highness Sheikh. What's his name? They usually come around. They come up to Newcastle around the start of the shooting season or the end of the shooting season. I can't remember his name, but they usually come up to Newcastle around then. They haven't been for about 3 years, I think, now. So the last time they used a 737, so it wasn't as impressive. But you can get an Illusion 76 into Newcastle. You can get, I believe, an Antonov, correct me if I'm wrong, was it an IL-76 or an Antonov 124 of Volga Dnieper, the Russian cargo carrier. That came in here in the 90s as well. So there is lots and lots of big aircraft the airport can handle. Shame we don't get Wizz Air. Yes, it is. Hopefully one day Wizz Air might start flying here. TUI's using Sunwing with a Canadian reg. Are they using that? I think the TUI operation with Sunwing, Paul, that operation, an agreement between Sunwing and TUI has been that way for a few years now. So Sunwing tend to operate their aircraft for TUI over the winter period. What's noticeable this year is that it's during the summer season, so it's a busy time for everyone, and it's great to have lots of different aircraft and airlines coming. It's really, really good. Sam, sadly for you, the airlines and airports are not ready for the demand after COVID. You're right there, mate. You're absolutely right. Unfortunately, I think a lot of the airlines and airports have shown that they just didn't expect passenger numbers to explode like they have. You know, we're talking not even 2019 levels before the pandemic. You know, we're talking passenger levels which are even greater than in 2019. So you could argue it's not surprising that they weren't prepared, but the extent that they were unprepared was quite amazing, really. And alright, welcome the Gunnan 6698 all the way from Stanley, County Durham. Great to have you with us, mate. Welcome on board. And to all the every other one of our viewers who've joined, welcome on board. It's great to have you with us. Alex Aviation, you're heading off. No worries, mate. It's great to have you on board. You take care and have a great evening. Newcastle Fly, you flew on a BA 747 from Newcastle to Heathrow on the 24th of July 2010. That was a fantastic flight. That I can still remember when that operated and seeing it fly into Newcastle. That was amazing. There were so many people out for that as well. Unfortunately, I can't even remember what was happening that day, but I couldn't make it down. Still racking brains now. What I was doing something that day and I couldn't make it. But yeah, it was a bit of a pain. Plane going over your house heading to Newcastle. Excellent, very good. I imagine that'll be the Turkish, no, not the Turkish, sorry, the Freebird, or it might be a business jet. John Driscoll, hi Jonathan, glad to see you stream today, thanks. Thank you so much, mate, and thank you very much for your kind donation. That really means a lot. Thank you so much. And yourself, John, and to each and every one of our viewers, it's brilliant to have you tuned in. And hopefully we're going to see a lot more planes this evening. That's the idea. It'll be really good. Thank you so much. It means a lot. And Samil, thank you as well. Great to have you with us. You went on the Sunwing plane in 2017, Ewan, from Newcastle, but it was operated by TUI. Interesting, very interesting. Yeah, they do tend to operate in behalf of each other. The biggest one was, excuse me, when Thomas Cook operated on behalf of Air Transit, and Air Transit used to operate A330s and A321s on behalf of Thomas Cook, so one would operate for the other and vice versa. And up until when Thomas Cook went under, it was a great little partnership, and it always meant you were guaranteed to see something interesting as well. So yeah, it was good. You're flying home from Newcastle on Monday the 11th of July. Nice one. So you'll be back in a week's time. Well, I hope you have a great flight. And who knows, we might even be live at the time. Who knows? Just having a look on Flight Radar 24 now. So we've got Freebird A320. Now this one is one I haven't seen yet. Tango Charlie Foxtrot Hotel November, operating from DALAMAN to Newcastle, flight FH611. And this particular A320 has sharklets. I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, it'll show on the planespotters.net website, but Freebird Airlines, who's operating this flight, they only have a few A320s with these sharklets. Now, if you don't know what a sharklet is, you can just see it on that Ryanair there. It's the little wingtip device at the very end of the wing, which is curved upwards. And what that's there for is to reduce drag, it's to improve the aircraft's efficiency, and so on. Now, up until about 2013, 2014, these weren't common on Airbus aircraft, and Airbus only started retrofitting them and then fitting them onto their new build Airbuses around that time. So this is going to be the first A320 of this particular airline, which I'll have seen with sharklets. So that'll be an interesting one to see. Then we've got a Valjet business jet. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just point the camera at the screen. You can see for yourself. So we've got the Freebird A320 there. That's just not too far away. That'll be landing in just a moment. And we've got the business jet there. And that's just over Leeds and Sheffield way. And then we've got Ryanair's 73, sorry it's a bit dark, got Ryanair's 737-800 there, which is just over past Amsterdam. That one's the Ryanair, I should have said, is coming from Poland. Then we've got the Turkish 737-800 there, which is just over the Netherlands. That's coming to pick the men's basketball team up, the one which we saw arrive on Friday. Then we've got another Freebird A320 just there, which is coming in from Antalya, and that'll be landing in about an hour and 14 minutes. So we've got those. I think that's it. Right, there you go. That's a few of the movements we can expect, unless I've missed any. Hopefully I've missed seeing something. We'll get some extra ones as well. That'd be good. But the first one is going to be this Freebird A320 anyway, so that'll be coming in very soon. Apparently Flybe want to start Southampton in October to compete with Loganair, Sam. That would be really interesting. I've actually heard that some of Flybe's how would you call them? Some of their I don't even know what you would call them, but anyway, some of their reps or staff have been flying on some of the Loganair routes in the UK, so scouting them out, who knows, but I think Flybe has enough data from the previous operation to decide which routes they're going to fly. So for instance, next month they're going to start flying from Belfast City to Newcastle, and this was a route which was operated quite a few years ago, and it was a successful route. You know, sometimes it would be I'm sure at its peak it might have been even 3 times daily, so it was a really profitable route for the airline. Unfortunately they cut it, and now with the new Flybe 2.0, they are bringing it back again. So yeah, who knows, they may well restart with Southampton again and other routes as well. Who knows? There's plenty of potential anyway. Ryanair or EasyJet? Ryanair, definitely. This year I've flown with Ryanair about 16 times in 2022 so far with Ryanair, and I'm hoping to take my 100th flight with them before the end of the year. But I'll have to see about it though, because flight prices at the moment are still fairly expensive depending on where you want to go, so we'll have to see. You're flying from Newcastle then? Yep. SJ's Transport, good evening. Very well, thanks mate. From Aberdeen, greetings from the northeast as well, mate. It's lovely to have you with us. And to each and every one of you who's tuned in at the moment, I know you're all patiently waiting, like myself, just for some activity. But we will have this Freebird A320 landing in just a few moments. So we'll have an aircraft landing in just a few minutes, but we'll keep the camera rolling on some aircraft, even if they are parked at the moment. Your friends on the Freebird A320 about to land. Nice one. Very good. When you were tiny, you remember seeing Olympic 707s, Air Malta 720s, CP Air DC-10s and the Ward Air 747s. Oh, those were the days. Those are some great memories, Newcastle Fly. Fantastic memories. Me and my dad actually the other day were just talking about, you know, different airlines we've seen at Newcastle, and him in particular, some of the ones he can remember flying with. So he used to fly out from here, from Newcastle Airport, with British European Airways on the Vickers Vanguard, and it was a Vickers Vanguard flight which flew from Newcastle Airport here down to London Heathrow, and then from Heathrow to Malta. And I'm sure he said he flew via Rome Fiumicino once. I can't remember if it was a weather diversion or what, but yeah, and also on the old British not BEA, the British Tridents as well. And oh, there was some fantastic movements back in the day, some really, really good movements. If anyone has the chance, please have a look at some historic photos of Newcastle Airport back in the day, particularly the late 60s, 70s and 80s, even into the 90s, where there were some fantastic movements. There really, really were. I think Sabina used to operate a few charters. There's a classic photo of a whole load of Monarchs parked up as well when they were operating charters here. So yeah, there is so much aviation history at this airport. It's impressive. But you know, we're quite fortunate. The airport still does get some good movements in the grand scheme of things. If anyone has a chance to look at my Newcastle Airport playlist, if you go on my channel, look at the playlist section. I've got a playlist for every single year since I've been filming at the airport on a regular basis. And notably in 2020 and 21, there was a dip in the number of movements and the variety due to the pandemic. But this year, if you click on this year's playlist and have a look at the aircraft we've had in, you know, we've had Fokker 100s, we've had visiting A400s, the RAF E3 Sentry, which is going to the Chilean Air Force. You know, so many great movements here. It's also, there was the airline which was looking to start up cargo flights. I think it was last year, using the A330, and that never happened. So there's lots of good ones. Grady, you don't think Boeing calls them sharklets? You're absolutely right. They call them winglets. So that's another variation. Airbus call them sharklets. Boeing call them winglets. Freebird Airlines offer TUI customers like what they do with Sunwing. That's absolutely right, Ewan. Good bit of information there. And they operate those flights. Folks, the battery on the camcorder is at 2 minutes of battery life remaining. So the Freebird A320 is just about to turn onto the ILS. Before it lands, I'm just going to quickly change this battery. So we've got plenty of life left in the battery for the next hour. So I'm just going to quickly change it. The live stream, again, like it did the other day on Friday, it will go off and then back on for a second. So don't worry, we'll be back within just a few seconds. So bear with me. I'm just going to get a new battery. Right, I've got a new battery. I'm just going to quickly change it, so bear with me, just one quick minute. Okie dokie, folks, that should be us back online, you see. Quicker than a Formula 1 pit stop. Battery change, battery on, and we're good to go again. Right, let's pan over to the approach and we'll get to see this Freebird A320. I just need to change to manual mode. And it is on the approach now. Set that to manual focus. And a lot of you might ask, well, why is it that you zoom into the runway and then manual focus it? So, as you can see from looking down on the runway, where the camcorder view is, and then looking up from about this point here up until when we see the aircraft, there is pretty much a plain background and not much to see other than the odd cloud. This can make the autofocus go blurry, so on your screens you'll see it go blurry as the autofocus is trying to capture whatever it can see. Manual focus just means we have it fixed and the autofocus isn't having to constantly adjust, and it means you in turn don't get a blurry image. So if I pan just gently upwards, into view will come the Freebird A320 without autofocus going in and out and trying to find what object it's trying to focus on. It's manually focused, it isn't having any of those issues, and then we get a clearer picture. So that's why on the screen you'll see I change the mode sometimes depending on what we're looking at. Like I say, folks, don't forget, just please keep your comments and questions coming in the live chat. Love all your questions and comments. We've got nearly 400 people tuned into the live stream, which is absolutely incredible. Thank you all so much for being here. It's Sunday night, and once again, we're back at the airport live again. So it's amazing to have you all on board. Thank you so much. Somebody else, see you later on. Take care of yourself, mate. Great to have you with us. The T-tail, Brendan Joyce, the T-tail on the Gulf apron belongs to a Gulfstream GV in from Philadelphia. There was also contemporaneously visiting Global GLX 7500, very rare visiting. Ah, yes, the VistaJet. I believe the VistaJet we got arriving from Philadelphia on Friday night, but good bit of information. I'm not sure the registration of the one which is parked down on the on the Gulf apron, but yeah, thank you very much for that. Really good bit of info. All good, you hear us okay? Fantastic. Test the card, Stephen. Yeah, we're all good. Just a quick change of battery. Just going to quickly zoom in to get this landing. Just off to the left of the centre line, but very nice landing, very nice indeed. And as you can see, this Freebird A320 has those sharklets that we were just talking about earlier. Gotta say, it's a very, very simple livery that Freebird have, but it's still eye-catching. It's a really nice one. And as a lot of you have said, operating on behalf of TUI, Air Malta used to operate their A320s primarily as, you know, for package holidays for the likes of TUI and other ones, but they used to be a regular site here at Newcastle. But unfortunately that all ended a few years ago. I am hopeful that the airline will come back again. They are trying out, how should I say, they've tried out new routes, some of which have clearly not worked, and the airline is looking at expanding into some of its leisure and holiday routes again. So, you know, that'll be interesting to see if we ever do see them back again. Tango Charlie, Foxtrot Hotel, November. That's it, just going to taxi past the Emirates in a second. It's funny actually, just looking at the tail almost reminds me. Some of you who know different airlines and so on, it reminds me of, Oh, there was an airline called Windrose Airlines which operated in Ukraine and in Russia, and the tail almost looks just that particular shade anyway, almost looks the same as that. But just a little observation. You can see the reflection of the Ryanair that's parked up. You can see that reflection in the window there. So next we'll have that business jet, which will be landing very soon, coming in from France. And we've got 450 of you tuned in watching right now. A big welcome and thank you for tuning in this evening. We're going to try and stay live for the departure of the Emirates Boeing 777, which you can see is parked up there. We did try to stick around for it on Friday evening, but unfortunately the aircraft was delayed. We stayed as long as we could, and yeah, we ended up having to call it a day. So if you're still here, try and stay with us, and we'll get it departing later on. SJs hate when batteries die when the action is imminent while spotting. Yeah, there's nothing worse, and particularly as well if you're sat there at home watching a live stream. And I know I've had this happen to me before. You're sat there watching something, getting into it, and think, oh, this is quite good, and then all of a sudden the battery dies, or the screen goes black, and you wonder, where's the content, where's the live stream gone? And it turns out there's been something technical or whatever, but there's nothing worse when that happens, nothing worse. And Neil Russell Hubbard, good evening mate, great to have you with us. How are you doing? Hope you're keeping well mate and having a lovely Sunday. And John Driscoll, hello to all the spotters from Atlanta, Georgia. Great to have you with us, mate, and really nice to have you tuned in this evening. Dan and Sarah, where's this coming from? We're coming from Newcastle International Airport in the northeast of the UK. So it's Sunday evening. It's not the busiest of times for the airport, unfortunately, but it's still a good opportunity to get the likes of the Turkish Airlines, which operate charters every week, and also the Emirates flight as well. So it's a good opportunity to catch all them as well. Never heard of Freebird. Oh, very good. Stephen Douglas, I think you've just posed possibly the most important question of them all. Do you have your snacks for later on? I'm very pleased to say that I have remembered to bring a bottle of water and an apple. So I've gone very healthy, and yes, I do have something for later on. It'll probably keep me going till 10 o'clock at least. So yes, we're all prepared. Keeping on a healthy note. Flying on Ryan's travel and trip reports, flying on Loganair to Exeter in 2 weeks. Fantastic. I hope you have a great flight. Have you flown with Loganair on their Embraer before? I did it, was it last year? Last year, the year before? I think it was the end of 2020? Yeah, because I went down to Southampton, and it was so weird. I went to Southampton during the pandemic, walking around the city, and it was like a ghost town. There was literally nobody there. It was quite unnerving, to be honest with you, because obviously, you know, you expect to see lots of people around, lots of activity, and here I was getting the trains to different places and buses, and it was just, you know, it was so quiet. There was no one about. Steve McGill, loved your time living in Newcastle while at the tech college way back in the 80s. Took Sierra Princess Sierra flying out this Saturday with your daughter and son-in-law. Ah, excellent, mate. Excellent. Well, I hope you have a great time. Hope you have a really good time. It's a lovely part of the world, and you know, we're quite fortunate to have, you know, a decent airport with few delays and a good selection of airlines and routes. So, but yeah, I'm pleased you had a great time here, mate. Really pleased. From Loughborough, good evening. And Martin Stothard, watching from North Lincolnshire. Lovely to have you with us as well, mate. Welcome on board. Almost, but yes, very almost. Callum, nice landing, much better than the Ryanair. I'm almost inclined to agree with you on that one. Ryanair does have a little bit of a... It makes me laugh, because Ryanair does have this reputation when it comes to landings, but in my opinion, it's kind of unwarranted, because the airline typically does pretty good landings, 9 times out of 10. It's just that 1 out of 10 which isn't too good. So, yeah. Saying that, I have had a lot of Ryanair hard landings, some of which are on my YouTube channel, and you can look at them. On the other hand, I would say the hardest landing I've ever had, and let me know in the comments what the hardest landing or on which particular flight it was that you've had. But for me, it was British Airways landing into Glasgow from London Gatwick Airport, and that was in 2014. And the pilot slammed the aircraft down onto the runway, full reverse thrust just to get off the runway and everything. I've never heard so many passengers not just groan, but actually, you know, cry out when we landed. It was so hard. And after we'd landed, I went to say hello to the flight crew, and yeah, it was they'd obviously stomped on the brakes to get off the runway, because on the ECAM display in the centre on the Airbus, it gives you the information about, you know, what's going on with the aircraft, and the poor ECAM was saying brakes too hot. So it was telling the pilots that the brakes were very hot, because obviously they'd slammed the plane down and tried to get off the runway very quick. So that was interesting. But then I got called a lot of names on Twitter at the time, because people said I was slamming British Airways, which I wasn't. It was just a very hard landing. So hey ho. Phil Tovey, good evening. Lovely to have you on board. From Warwick in Warwickshire. Lovely to have you with us, mate. Hello from the northeast, from Newcastle Airport. It's lovely to have you with us. Yep, Mal, I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Great to have you with us. It's a shame you can't power your camcorder from a high capacity power bank. I can do that. I can do that, Newcastle Flyer. The only issue I found when I did the tests using the camcorder tethered to the mobile phone, and the camcorder powered by my power bank, I found there was a little bit of interference in the audio. So in the audio you could just hear this little, like, faint whining sound as I was powering the camcorder. So yeah, I decided that the best thing to do is just to momentarily have the live stream go as it does, and then quickly change the battery. It's not ideal, but it's better than the hissing and interference that the power bank seems to cause. And I think it's because of the power bank, and obviously this is all run through an HDMI cable, so I don't know exactly what would be causing it, but yeah. And Wasif, hello, welcome on board. Eating your scran and watching planes on a summer's eve. Can it get much better? Absolutely, mate. Couldn't agree more. Right, we're going to change to manual mode and focus back on the runway, because we've now got a business jet coming in from France. So let me just get the focus set up. Zoom in at the end of the runway there. Manual focus it. Now if we just pan upwards, we'll see this. I think it's a Citation, isn't it? From is it Le Bourget or France somewhere? I can't exactly remember, but here it is on the ILS for runway 25. We've had a couple of Citations tonight, which has been nice. We had one of the local ones, Golf Kilo India Oscar November, and now this one. I can hear an aeroplane starting its engines or taxiing. It's one of the two. Yeah, I think the Loganair Embraer might have just started its engines or is pushing back. I'm not sure. Oh yes, it's taxiing. Great. So just on the left side, the Loganair Embraer 145 is taxiing to the runway, which is great. And we'll just wait for this business jet to vacate. I'll just quickly show you the Loganair. Loganair is just there, taxiing. So that's a Loganair. And the business jet is just about to vacate the runway. I'm presuming he'll be going down to the Samson apron. Yes, he is, just turning to the left there. A lot of you will remember what I said about the Embraer not having reverse thrust. Funny enough, some of these Citations, even though they're smaller aircraft, they do have reverse thrust. Which is quite funny. And that one is Foxtrot Hotel Juliet. Is it Juliet Victor? I think Foxtrot Hotel Juliet Victor. Seems to be a little bit more cloud coming over now. A lot of you might see on the screen it's not as bright, but it's definitely clouded over a bit more in the last 10-15 minutes. And there it is, just taxiing in front of the Newcastle Aviation Academy, Newcastle College, who it works with. A lot of the university students and Jet 2 cabin crew do training there, and those who are doing engineering courses and all sorts. So it's quite an important place in the northeast, particularly if you're a student or someone wanting to get into aviation. That's a place where you get to do all of the training. There's the Embraer 145 taxiing down Delta toward holding point Delta 1 for runway 25. Just have a quick look at the live chat whilst he's taxiing. We've still got over 430 of you tuned in at the moment. It's brilliant to have you all on board. Thank you so much for tuning in this Sunday evening. It's great to have you with us. You know you've hit it big time when Becky Davies is... that is good. That is good. Mark Barrett, good evening from concert. Great to have you with us, mate. Hope you're keeping well. See, the Emirates last night was a 200 LR, mate. Was it? No, I didn't see that one. Which one was it? A6EW. I'm not sure what registration it was. I'll have to have a look on the flight history, Sam. What's your favourite plane? Favourite plane is probably the... I do like the 737-800, I'm not going to lie. In terms of a classic British-built plane, I would have to say the BAC 111. I think the BAC 111 is just such an amazing aircraft. A very simple design, but a really, really great aircraft. Henry, hello, welcome to the live stream. Hello, Donny, coming from Yorkshire. Nice, welcome on board. Yeah, and just leave your question in the chat, no need to spam. I will, if you pop a question in there or a comment, I will try and answer you. I do, in between the gaps when it goes a little bit quiet, I browse down through the comments, so... Watching from Wakefield and enjoying a certain brand of brown ale, James Cooper. Love it, mate. Absolutely love it. I'm not going to speculate as to which particular brown ale it is, but I have a sneaky suspicion I do know. But very welcome on board, mate. Lovely to have you with us. You're on a plane from Montego Bay. Nice one. Nice one. Yeah, it's interesting to see how the flights now are performing during the pandemic to the likes of Jamaica and Cancun in Mexico and Florida, the flights really have taken off, literally. A lot of them are coming back with less passengers on, but it's just so impressive to see the passenger numbers, you know, in some cases back to and exceeding 2019 levels. Still can't get my head around it, but it's so good to see. Right, I'll pop back in the comments in just a second, folks. We've got the Loganair Embraer 145 all lined up, ready to roll on runway 25. Just off to the left-hand side, just to keep you aware of, the Ryanair 737-800 to FARO, the one we saw land earlier, that has just pushed back off stand and is about to taxi to runway 25 to take off. So we'll have more action after this Loganair in just a second. So here comes the Loganair. There we go, and that's them up. Well, after me saying about it raining and everything before, you're not going to believe me, but it's just started to rain. I don't think there's any droplets. Oh my goodness, it has. It's just started to rain. Yeah. Hadn't prepared for this. You might be able to see on your screen, but we've just got a sudden shower of rain. I'm just going to put this other camcorder in. Just 1 second. Come on, own up to it in the comment section. Who have you ordered a rain shower to come right at this second? It's always typical. So there we go. There's the Ryanair 737-800 taxiing. Just hoping, really hoping that the Emirates flight is going to take off tonight. It's going to take off on or around its scheduled time, which would be amazing if it did. The sun is trying to break out through some of the clouds just over to the west there. So hopefully if it does, we might get better lighting conditions. Well, the forecast is showing it, the cloud is meant to disappear and it's meant to clear up, so hopefully that happens. That's the fire station there, where the little green excuse me, where the little green tower is, just on the left hand side there. That's the training ground for the Newcastle Airport Fire Service. You can see that brown machine there, that's a mock-up of an aircraft which they use for training, and they'll simulate, say, an actual fire coming out from there and start live fire burns. And it has been interesting because if you come at the right time, you will see, you know, a 737-800 landing through a whole cloud of smoke which is billowing from that side of the airport when the firefighters are doing their training. So it's quite interesting, to be honest, and makes for a good video as well. We've got over 500 people watching now. Very good evening to each and every one of you. It's lovely to have you with us. It's really nice to have you with us. We're live here at Newcastle International Airport in the northeast, and we're hoping to catch the Emirates 777 departing in just over an hour from now. So we've got a few more movements to come, so do stay with us, and it's lovely to have you with us. Julie, hello from Johannesburg, South Africa. Great to have you with us. Thank you so much for being on board. Newcastle flyer, hardest land you've had was an EasyJet 737-700 into Newcastle. The airport was in LVPs, low visibility procedures. Hit the runway at such an angle you could see the runway from the window. Wow. Yeah, you always remember hard landings. I don't care what people say about how hard they might perceive a landing to be. You always remember when a landing is extremely hard. It's absolutely right. Do you know what happened to the Jet 2 plane that did an emergency landing on Friday? Yes, the aircraft was inspected. It was cleared to return back to service, I believe yesterday. And that Jet 2 737 is back and flying again. So no real problems as such. At the time, Jet 2 flew a 738 up from Manchester, and that relieved the crew and took the passengers from the flight that had the bird strike and flew them to their destination. So yeah, all was good. You're on Emirates, Callum, you're on Emirates flight from Dubai to Sydney, and it was an A380, the pilot... Ah, well, won't be the first time. It's, yeah. Yeah, you've had similar issue when you've bought a USB cable. Yeah, it does seem to be a thing. Mick Collins, good evening from a sunny West Yorkshire. Good evening. Lovely to have you on board the live stream. Right, here comes the Ryanair rolling down runway 25, just after we've had a little shower of rain. And this is heading to FARO in the Algarve down in Portugal. Very nice. Can it beat seeing a 737-800 take off? Well, actually, that's a lie. You can. 747 or 777 actually. Right, let's pan back over to the side here. We've got Emirates and Freebird parked up. We've got another Freebird which is going to be landing soon, and Turkish Airlines 737-800 which is coming to pick the men's basketball team. They were dropped off on Friday. They played the game yesterday, I believe, and they'll be flying back to Turkey this evening. So hopefully we'll still be here when it departs, and again, hopefully they don't get a delay. And let's have a look. Good evening. Lovely to have you on board with us. Looked like a Challenger. FR8309 landing at 8:02. That's brilliant. John King, great show from your local airport. Thank you very much, John. Thanks for tuning in. You see the Emirates have just made the announcement they're bringing back the Saturday service. That's right. So Emirates are upping the frequencies, so it's going to be 5 times a week now they fly to Newcastle. And I'm hopeful that in September or October, maybe as early as that, they might go back to 7 times weekly. So hopefully we get back the, once a day flight. That'd be brilliant. Ian Fleming, good evening from Glasgow. Lovely to have you on board, mate. Yeah, great to see Emirates here and good old Loganair. Can it beat Loganair? It's a fun little fact about Loganair some of you may or may not know about. It is one of the last airlines, or should I say, oh actually no, I think it is one of, because Eastern Airways still do this. It's one of the last ones in the UK that still offers you a complimentary drink and a complimentary snack. So no other airline apart from Eastern Airways offers you a complimentary drink and a complimentary snack. So if you do fly with them, you might get a cup of tea, something of water, a cup of coffee, and either a shortbread or a Tunnock's caramel wafer. So if ever there was a reason to fly with Loganair, I think a free drink and a free snack definitely has to be up there on why you should fly with Loganair. Hope we'll get the Emirates taken off. Phil, yes, same here. Same here. It would be great. It'd be really good if we can get it departing tonight. I just, you know, even if it's up till 10 o'clock, I don't mind waiting till 10 o'clock, but after 10 o'clock the light just disappears, and I'm confident tonight we're going to get it departing. I'm really confident. Newcastle flyer Echo Whiskey Foxtrot was last night's 777. Thanks for looking up that, mate. That's really helpful. I've seen Echo Whiskey Alpha. That was the first batch of long-range 777s delivered to Emirates. I did see that at Newcastle. When would it have been? I think it was it end of last? I can't remember. It might have been the end of last year. Flight Image BAC 111, great choice. Thanks very much. And Thomas Atkinson, hello again from Wickham. Great to have you with us. Does the runway really undulate that much, or is it down to the camera? Yes, it does. So, Simon Gardner, in answer to your question, if you look on a chart for Newcastle Airport, you'll notice that there is a difference in elevation from this side that we're at, the runway 07 side, and the 25 side. So it's basically on a hill on one side and a hill on the other side, and it sort of dips, and that's why it undulates, like you can see there. Largest aircraft at Newcastle Airport, I think it was the Antonov 124. I'm sure we had an Antonov 124. If not, it'll probably be a 747. Or even the A340-600 size-wise. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to look that one up. Really cool tower. Love the design. Thanks, JD. It's a nice one. Time are we live till? We'll be live at least for probably another hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on what time the Emirates departs. So, anyway, folks, we've got another aeroplane that's just about to land. It's on the approach now. We'll just pan up to see that. You'll be able to see it on the approach. And I believe this is, let's have a look on flight radar. It's Ryanair's 737-800, operated by Buzz, from Wrocław in Poland to Newcastle. So Sierra Papa Romeo Kilo Kilo, and that's the aircraft operating this flight. And in about 10-15 minutes, Turkish Airlines 737-800, Tango Charlie Juliet Hotel Kilo, that's a registration. That's going to be arriving in about 10 minutes as well. So, and the other Freebird is about 30 minutes away. So we've got those three movements coming very soon. Let's pan down a little bit for the Ryanair. There we go. And Charlie Delap, great to have you with us, Charlie. Lovely to have you on board the live stream. Hope you're keeping well and having a lovely Sunday, mate. Ryanair coming past Peter Lee, Claire, brilliant. That's it on final approach there. So we'll just we'll focus on filming this for a second. Then once it's landed, I'll head back to the comment section. Very nice. Very, very nice. That's what a normal, I say a normal Ryanair landing should be. Nice and firm but smooth. Interestingly, the Polish side of Ryanair, which is Buzz, it's one of their aircraft we see in front of us. The crew have different uniforms to that of Ryanair, and a lot of their new aircraft, particularly the 737 Maxes, have the Buzz livery with a little buzzy bee on the back of the tail. So if you ever see that in an airport, a yellow 737-800 with a smiling bee on the tail, you'll know that that's one of their aeroplanes. That's the aircraft just vacated runway 25 onto the Bravo exit. They'll be taxiing to their stand. I'm presuming they'll be parking on the south side of the airport this evening. Ryanair did used to operate to Warsaw modelling from Newcastle. Unfortunately they cut the route, but I am hopeful that they might restart it one day. But they are launching flights to Barcelona and to Cork at the end of the year, so there are up and coming new routes here at the airport. You can see that this aircraft, Sierra Papa Romeo Kilo Kilo, has some logos on the back. It says Lower Silesia, building bridges in business. So that's the sticker you can see on the back of the aircraft, building bridges in business. Very interesting. Okay, sorry folks, we might have just lost lost the live stream there for a moment. Unfortunately, for some reason, my phone decided to randomly restart. So apologies for that. We should be up and live again now. In theory, we are back. We are back. Apologies for that. If I was ever going to give anyone some advice, please never buy a Huawei telephone. They are absolutely terrible. I'm sorry, they're really bad. The phone will just randomly decide at times to restart. Now it's not an old Huawei, it was oh no, it's not a Huawei, sorry, a Motorola, that's it, Motorola G10. Oh man, it randomly at times will just decide to start. Just 1 second, folks. Now, if you can all let me know in the live chat if we are still live. Unfortunately, it's unfortunately we seem to be having issues with it, but the phone is an absolute pain. So apologies again, everyone. But we should be live now. We're good. We are good. Yep, we are back and live again. Great, thanks for... sorry about that again, it's just so infuriating. So infuriating. But, yeah, this phone just has a random tendency to suddenly stop and restart for no reason at all. So, apologies again, everyone. Right, that's the Emirates there. And I'm just going to go back through the comments... everyone, and all good. Sam, Chris Kennedy, yep, we're still there. 5x5, excellent. Sorry again, folks, really sorry about that. But yeah, never buy a Motorola. That's what I've learnt this past year. There are certain times when, for instance, I was filming my flight with Ryanair from Newcastle, and my nephew has my old phone, which is a Sony Xperia. We were taxiing along to runway 25, just in front of the air traffic control tower, just to the right there. And I went to go and get a photo, loaded the camera up, and my phone crashed. And I couldn't believe it. Meanwhile, my nephew, who had my old phone, after I bought this one last year, the camera on that was working absolutely fine. Granted, not as good quality, but it's just such a bad phone. It really is. It's got an octa-core processor and so many gigabytes of RAM and this, that and the other. And honestly, it just randomly crashes. And it's not like it's been damaged or anything like that. So, yeah, I think we'll have to invest in something a little more reliable this year. Anyway, I'm going to go back through. I'm going to go back through your comments, folks. I haven't gone through everyone's comments. All good, Ferry Hill. Fantastic. Thanks, mate. Thank you. Jack Taylor, hello. Thanks for doing another stream. How do you live stream from your Panasonic? So pretty simple, Jack. Basically, I have the Panasonic camcorder tethered to a little USB, and that is then plugged in via a Type-C connection into my mobile phone. I then have an app called USB Module Pro, which means you can live stream onto YouTube just by using your mobile phone. So it's I think you only pay about £4 or £5 for the app through the Google Play Store, but it's a great little thing. I used to operate a mirror box connected to a laptop, and it was good, but the problem was the battery life always seemed to die after no time at all, which is a shame. Charlie Delap, Lower Silesia is a constituency in Poland, encompasses Wrocław. Interesting, very interesting. Thought it was Berwick upon Tweed? No, not really. Rio, not many Maxes at Newcastle. We do have a TUI Airways Max based here, but we get the occasional Ryanair Maxes coming in and out, so that's good. But we may well get Ryanair ones based here in the next year. We'll see how it goes. I can see that there's still over 200, and despite the live stream going off, there's still over 280 of you tuned in at the moment. So a big thank you all for joining. It's I'm really sorry that the live stream went off there and so on, but it just put it down to a technical difficulty. But it's great to have so many of you still here again. Thank you so much. And again, folks, keep your comments and questions coming in. Because my phone restarted, I've lost a big portion of the questions and comments, other than the ones you've most recently posted. So if you did ask a question or you had a comment, please put it back in the live chat, and I'll try and answer it for you. Just with my phone restarting, I've missed out a whole load of comments, so I'm sorry about that. Luke Nash, in your opinion, you hate the new condor livery. I don't think that's just your opinion though, Luke. I think a lot of people aren't that keen on it either. I've spoken to a lot of aviation enthusiasts. Most recently, when I was in Frankfurt, I was filming at Frankfurt Airport the other week, and there seemed to be a general disliking of the livery, even amongst German plane spotters. So I don't think you're alone when you say you're not that keen on it. So, yeah. Right, folks, the next aircraft to come in is the Turkish Airlines 737-800. It's just turned on to final approach, and it'll be landing in just a second. Just getting the other 4K camcorder set up so we can get that landing. And I'm just going to pan back to the runway and we'll get focused and ready for this Turkish. And again, if you are just rejoining and after the live stream went off before, I do apologise, but unfortunately my phone decided to randomly restart for no reason, and the live stream went off, so my apologies for that. Right, there's the Turkish 737-800 from Istanbul. There we go, and that's the camcorder set up. I have to, I've become a bit paranoid now. I keep checking my phone to make sure it's not off. It used to be like that when the laptop battery used to die, but yeah, not good. Not good when you get technical issues like that. You vaguely remember Concorde coming into Glasgow years ago, Ian. That's a that's a really good one to have seen, mate. Really good. There is some good viewing places around the airport. There is, David. Yes, there's quite a few good places, and there's not as much in terms of parking, unfortunately, which the airport could do with more of, and some more publicly accessible areas. But yeah, that's just Newcastle Airport, unfortunately, for the most part. Airliners Live, lovely to have you with us. For the most part, it's nice and stable. That's brilliant. Thank you very much, mate. Like I say, unfortunately, the phone crashed, so we missed out on a few seconds, and I have missed a whole load of your comments, so I do apologise for that. But hopefully we'll stay alive now until the Emirates goes. So here comes the Turkish. And touchdown. Beautiful. And you have to remember that this aircraft is basically arriving empty from Istanbul with no passengers, just the crew on board. So yeah. 2 Turkish Airlines 737-800s in 3 days. Yeah, it's pretty good going. It's pretty good going. I meant to check the other day, actually, when the last time we had a Turkish Airlines here at Newcastle Airport, because I can't for the life of me remember when it was, but I'm sure one of the other spotters will know. And there it is, 737-800, Tango Charlie, Juliet Hotel Kilo, I can't remember. We'll see it in just a second. The wind has died down a little bit, which is good. It's not as strong as it was before. And I assume that the plane will be parking over to the north side, the same place where they parked the other day. I might be completely wrong, but we'll soon find out. And the registration is Tango, yep, Juliet. Tango Charlie, Juliet Hotel Kilo, that's the one. That's it, just about taxi past the Emirates, which hopefully will be departing in 1 hour. I really hope we get it departing. That's why I've become a bit paranoid about my phone now, because I can't underestimate just how disappointing it would be if what's just happened with my phone there, if that happened when the Emirates went. That would just be yeah, a disaster. So we've got 2 Turkish Airlines there, Turkish Airlines themselves and Freebird Airlines. And that'll be joined by another Freebird, which will be landing very soon. I'll get back to all of your comments and questions in the live chat in just a second, folks. It looks like the Turkish is parking at one of the inner stands there, so he's just going to go. The tail's just going to go out of view there. We'll just focus again on the Emirates, Freebird, and Ryanair. Got over 430 of you tuned in at the moment. Thank you all so much for tuning back in. And if you were watching before when the live stream went off, my apologies, but we had a technical issue near the metro. Yep, that's right. All working fine. That's great. Whatever you do, don't buy a Terradeck. I'm not sure what one of those. A Terradeck. I haven't heard of one of those. I'll have to have a look. Airliners Live. Didn't realise USB. Yes, you can get like a little. What's it called? It's called a video capture device, and you plug in the HDMI cable into one side, and then it plugs in with as a Type-C connection into the other side. So. Yeah, you can get those, and they're really cheap, to be honest. They're only about, I think this one was about £15 with the cables and everything all together. It was a really cheap setup, so yeah, it was great. Turkish Airlines due, yep, we've got that one. That Ryanair only has 25 minutes to turn around. You're right there, mate. Yep, it should be going out soon. Captain Seiko was checking flight radar 24 yesterday, saw a 787 arriving at Newcastle from Melbourne. Couldn't believe it until I realised it was Melbourne, Florida. You've no idea just how deceiving that is, mate. It is so deceiving. The amount of people who've seen that exact flight coming into Newcastle Airport, who've then said to me, "Oh, I didn't realise we had flights to Australia." And then having to explain to them that no, it's not Melbourne in Australia, it's the Melbourne in Florida in the United States. And then once you've explained it to them, the realization of, oh, it's that one, suddenly is quite funny. But never say never. You know, I mean, Qantas launched direct flights from Perth to London Heathrow. So, you know, as aircraft range increases and, you know, demand for certain destinations goes up, particularly direct flights, who knows, we might see such a flight one day. Maybe he's not out of Newcastle, but out of Edinburgh or Glasgow. Who knows? Let's hope them steps at the Emirates get pushed back before 2110, Sam. I certainly hope so, mate. I certainly hope so. Tornado display team, where is this spot? I've been to a spot where I was at the bottom of the runway and they flew straight over me in a field. Nicholas, you at the Freight Village. So this one, if you... excuse me. The best way for me to answer where this spot is, if you go onto Google Maps, look at the 07 end of the runway, there is a Google pin actually dropped for this location with Newcastle Airport Planespotting location or something like that. So if you have a look on Google, it is on Google. Hello mate, you sat at Denton on the flight path for Manchester Airport and it's busy. Nice one, nice one. Looking on Flight Radar 24, Manchester is quite busy. If you ever join us on a live stream here at Newcastle midweek, and I will try and do one, not this week because I'm working pretty much every evening this coming week, but midweek we get a lot of arrivals in the evening. Most of them tend to be early morning though, so flights will depart early in the day, then in the afternoon, and arrive back at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, especially now as we're into the summer schedule. So yeah. And Jules, hello from Chesterley. Lovely to have you on board. Airliners Live, love the head-on view of arrivals. Thank you very much. It's the location I like to use the most for when we have crosswinds here at Newcastle. It's if we get a south or a northerly wind, then you always get a good view of the aircraft crabbing into the wind and so on. But unfortunately, most of the time, I think it's about 85% of the year, it tends to be southwest or westerlies, so it's not that often we get very strong crosswinds, but when we do get them, it's well worth being here. What's the flight between Bristol and Newcastle on EasyJet, Chuck? You're doing it at the end of the month, but not sure what to think of it. I used to use that flight quite often, actually, as I had family who lived down south, down in the southwest even, and yeah, I used to use the Bristol to Newcastle flight, and it's a quick flight, nothing spectacular, just any bit like the Ryanair flight from here to Dublin, just a very short, uneventful flight really, but typically operated by an A320 or an A320neo. So yeah. Are you streaming near the metro line? No, not today, Mark, not today. David L, yes. Just because that plane returned the other day, David, because it had a bird strike. The aircraft has since been given the all clear and it's back up in the air flying again, so no real problems, to be honest. Matthew Lowe, hello mate, how's it going? It's going very well, thank you. How are you doing? It's great to have you with us. We're just waiting for this Emirates 777. We're waiting for them to take the stairs off. Actually, I've just realised we can see the member of ground staff down there at the bottom of the stairs, which is good because the other day he wasn't there until near 9 o'clock when they took, near 10 o'clock when they took the stairs away. There's the fuel tanker going to the plane again, so hopefully today the aircraft is a bit more on time and we do manage to get it. Just because you're not paranoid, it doesn't mean your phone isn't out to get you. Bob, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct, mate. Haven't heard the metro tonight? No, you wouldn't have heard it because we're not down there. We're a little bit further away today, at a different spot, a different location. And like I say, this one's good for you know, a head-on view, which is nice. So the other Freebird A320 isn't that far away from landing now, so we'll get that very shortly. Rob Main, it's the best view of any airport stream in the country. And that means a lot, mate. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we don't have the traffic to kind of justify that at the moment as we speak. But you know, give it another few minutes, and we'll get some more traffic landing. Newcastle flyer, stand 12 for the Turkish next to the Freebird. Brilliant. Emirates is 1 hour till departure. 1 hour. Great. I just hope it goes in 1 hour. I really do hope it goes in 1 hour. You can't help but think of cheesy lines in 50 British war films. Oh dear. That good. That good, eh? Yeah, the metro is far below, yep. The metro one is closer down to the threshold of the runway. If runway 07 is in use for departures, it's always worth being at that spot just near the hedge there. So if you're at the other side of that hedge, you get a great view of them lining up and departing and so on. But the nice thing about this spot is, though, it's quieter. So, you know, it's 6 and 2/3s. You are a bit further away from the action, but it is quieter. So there's swings and roundabouts, pros and cons. Hope the wind doesn't die down too much, or the Emirates may use 07. The good thing is the wind, the trend for the wind is to be west, southwest all evening. I don't think it's going to die down enough for them to use 07 for the Emirates. I don't think that will happen. Watch it happen and I'll eat my words, but looking at the wind trend, it doesn't look like that's going to happen, so hopefully it stays that way. Ah, GB lost against Turkey, yeah. Ah, interesting, Eagles. Thank you for that. I didn't realise, I didn't look at the scoreline or what the end result was, but that's interesting. Thank you for that. Looks like they're just getting the getting some waste management services at the 777 there. The Freebird, that'll be landing in a minute, and the Ryanair should be going out as well. Are you staying live for the Emirates Dubai flight departure? Yes, as long as it operates within an hour of 9 o'clock. If it's after 10 o'clock, unfortunately, we're just going to have to call it a day, unfortunately. But let's just hope that it does depart. Because Friday night was very disappointing when we waited so long and it didn't go. But yeah, I can see that there's still over 390 of you sitting here patiently waiting as I'm standing here. So, you know, thank you all so much for being so patient. We will have some more activity in a few minutes, and obviously in the next hour the Emirates should depart, confidently he says, and the Freebird and the Ryanair will as well. So thank you for all being so patient and for tuning in. It's great to have you all with us. Tabine, on 11th of July, you're flying Emirates 777-300 to Dubai for a holiday. Very nice, mate. I hope you have a great flight. If the wind changes, you're on the wrong side. Yeah, but thankfully the forecast is west southwest, so there's no change in the wind trend. So we're all good on that side. John Driscoll, please hit the like button. That's very, very kind of you, mate. Thank you so much. The Turkey versus GB game was pretty amazing. Excellent. I must admit I didn't see it. I hadn't paid much attention. I was more interested in the aircraft they arrived in. That's the kind of sad person I am. Freebird departing at 8:45 CTOT. Aberdeen Spotter, hello mate. Lovely to have you on board with us. How are you keeping? I hope you're keeping well, mate. Love it when the Emirates turns left after a 2-5 departure. Sometimes comes over your house. Brilliant. Yeah, it's nice over at the coast as well, because if you're ever over toward the coast and the Emirates has taken off from runway 07 and you get it climbing out, it's amazing. I've got family over in Wallsend, and if we're ever visiting there, and you can tell it's the Emirates straight away just from the noise of the engine and the sound of the GE90s. It's a fantastic movement to see. It's really fantastic. WebEst, what time you stream until? Basically until this Emirates departs. If there happens to be an aircraft landing or departing close to the time when the Emirates departs, we'll stay live for that. Otherwise, if it's quite far out, we'll just get the Emirates departing and then we'll end the live stream. So that's the plan anyway. Spitfire RF100, very good evening, mate. Lovely to have you with us. How you doing? I hope you're having a lovely Sunday, mate. Well, just a quick pan around the airport. There's the tower. Windsock is still showing us a nice westerly breeze. And what's the bump? What's the hump behind departure gate on horizon? I'm not sure which one. I'm not sure which one you're on about, mate. If it's the one on the left, I think it's just a hill. If it's the bit you mean on the left, but I'm not sure which bit you mean, Nicholas. Chris Kennedy will be switching back to Orlando Sanford soon by all accounts. Passengers not liking Melbourne. Yeah, well, it's not really a surprise, to be honest, but it's almost like the Ryanair model of operating things, you know. Let's go out to an airport which is further away from the city that people will struggle to connect into, and who knows, it might work, but I think the story is it doesn't really usually work. Comments are so far behind for him to read them out. I'm getting there. I'm scrolling. I am scrolling. Tornado display team. I am getting there. Yeah, unfortunately, it's, you know, it's just one of them things with the chats. All live streams I watch. I mean, I watch quite a few different live streams from Ukraine and so on, where, you know, I think it was Operator Starsky and Denis Davidov, and you know, they'll do a live stream, say over a weekend, and give an update on the situation in the country, and they can have like 10, I can't get my head around this, they can have like 10 or so thousand people tuned into a live stream commenting, and they're constantly going back through the comments and, you know, trying to keep up with questions and everything. It's really impressive. Honestly, it's really, really impressive. Looking over the A696, David. Yes, that's right. That's absolutely right. As parking's not good around Newcastle Airport, how do you gain access to where you're spotting? The best way is either walk or use a bike. So I've started to use a bike because it's much easier for getting around. But yeah, it just means you've got to park your car at the Callerton Metro or some other car park, and then walk for about 30 minutes or cycle for about 10 minutes. Surprised not much wind comes from the North Sea. We do get, Rio, your comment about wind from the North Sea. The last year or two, particularly obviously during the winter, we get quite strong winds coming in from the northeast. But overall, the predominant wind, the prevailing wind I should say, is westerly for most of the year. Right folks, enough of me mumbling on. We do have the other Freebird A320 on the approach, so we're going to zoom in, focus the camera, and get this one coming in. It's just turned in on the approach. You should be able to see it on Flight Radar 24. There's a Ranger vehicle at the end of the runway. We'll just pan upwards and you should be able to see it. There it is. There's the other Freebird just on the ILS approach for runway 25. You might be able to hear the bird song as well. There's some skylarks around at the moment, making a lovely, lovely sound. Definitely don't work for a Roblox airline. Yeah. EK has been given his clearance. Oh my goodness, Newcastle Flyer. Thank you for that. If the Emirates has been given his clearance, that is a positive sign. Thank you for that, mate. You feel sorry for the ground crew having to stand there for 90 minutes. I know it's a long slog, but hey, it's a job. And as long as it pays the bills, that's the main thing. UK Aviation Images, CTOT is 824. Brilliant. 824 Zulu, so 924. Brilliant. I can live with 824. Sorry, 924. Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you for that, mate. Thank you so much. And Charlie Delap, yes, this location is near the metro, so if you get the metro to the Callerton Parkway, and then it's about a 20-30 minute walk. But yeah, it does take you a while and it does involve some planning. I used to do it on public transport years ago, before I could travel on myself and drive and that. But it does take a while to get to. Here's the Freebird landing. Beautifully done. Very, very nice. And that's a flight from Antalya. Ken Passy, like the stream gives you something to watch on a Sunday night. Thank you so much for tuning in, mate. It's lovely to have you with us. And to all the other 400 people who are tuned in as well, and each and every one of you, it's great to have you with us. Oh, I don't believe it. He's going to the end of the runway. Ah, typical. I was hoping on Friday night one of them would have rolled to the end of the runway, but guess what? They all vacated at Bravo. And then we're here, a bit further away today, and guess what? He rolls to the end of the runway. It's just typical. At least we'll get a nice close-up anyway. Adam, looks like a fantastic summer evening, grey and chilly on Scotland's west coast. Oh man, I just had some friends go up the west coast as well. They were up around the Isle of Skye, so typical, man, typical. I hope you have I hope the weather improves and picks up for you though. There we go, and that's Tango Charlie Foxtrot Hotel, oops, Foxtrot Hotel Mike. It's the one that's just landed there. This crew have obviously flown. This crew have obviously flown here before. Look how quickly he's in a hurry to get going. On the other hand, if he'd vacated via Bravo, he would have gotten off the runway and out even quicker. But yeah, you're like 5 hours away from Newcastle Airport, so it would be a good spot. Yeah, it's definitely a good one. Now we'll get the two Freebirds parked to each other. Oh, UK Aviation Images, thank you so much for saying about the slot time being 8:24. Really appreciate that. Because the other night it was so depressing when it got to like 21:55 was his slot time. Ryanair's just pushed back there as well, so the Ryanair will be departing in just a few minutes. Is that a thing at Cramlington? Good question, Nicholas, good question. You were on a 737-800 to DALAMAN when we were over Germany. There was a medical emergency. I have to do an emergency landing, yeah. Probably an emergency descent followed by a quick landing down there. Aye. Well, it's just as well that that they have procedures in place for if anyone is ill on the aircraft and a diversion is needed, then medical attention can be given, so it's really good. Plugs into the phone. No, the USB video capture that plugs in via Type-C, so yeah. Adam, quality of the stream's top notch. Thank you so much, mate. That's really, really kind of you. Thank you so much. Been a while since you've seen a Freebird at Newcastle. Flew on one not long ago. Oh, nice one. Nice one. Nicholas, £4. Get some juice in the room. Thank you, mate. Thank you so much. That is really kind, Nicholas. Thank you so much, mate. Well, should have enough just to get home tonight, hopefully. Hopefully. That's really kind of you. Really appreciate that. Yeah, John's box. You noticed on Friday evening, no Ryanair, no Wizz Air, which is well done. At London Luton, it's either EasyJet or Wizz Air most of the time. You're absolutely right. When I was down at Luton, it was quite funny because obviously it's just constantly Wizz Air, Wizz Air, Wizz Air, punctuated by the occasional, oh, there's a Wizz Air A321neo. And yeah, it's nice to go to other airports and see different aircraft or different airlines, you know. It's worth doing. I think we're spoiled in the UK as well because we do have a nice mix of traffic and airports, so it is good. Mark Webbo, nice chilled out stream. Thank you very much, mate. It's lovely to have you and the nearly 500 other people who are tuned in at the moment as well. It's brilliant to have each and every one of you joining us this evening. And I'm sorry I'm a bit slow at getting through the comments section, but to me, if you've posted a comment or a question, then if I see it, I'd like to answer it. So, you know, if it is taking me a while, I'm sorry, but I like to go through them. I don't just like to quickly browse and then say, right, that one. So yeah, Newcastle Tower is beautiful. It is. It's very nice. Kai Donaldson flew to Newcastle to go to Tunisia on a 2E737. Nice one. Presume that was to Enfida, or what was the other destination? Was it Syphax? I can't remember. Cannot remember. And John Adams, love these live streams. Keep up the good work, John from Dunedin. Thank you very much, John. That's really kind, mate. Really appreciate that. I've got a friend who lives in Dunedin actually, and he's got a view overlooking the threshold of runway 25. He's very spoiled. He can just go into his back garden and watch the planes. So it's nice to have someone local on board as well. Thank you so much, mate. Ryanair just popped on flight radar. Yep, we've got him. Think the highlight message only shows if you're on PC. Ah, right, interesting. Kate Manon, hi, it's Kyan. Welcome on board, Kyan. Lovely to have you on board. And I'll let your ma'am know when I'm next up at Edinburgh Airport, and we can do some more plane spotting together if you fancy that. But it'll probably not be this next week, because unfortunately I'm very busy with work, as some of our staff are on holiday this week, so I'll be very, very busy. But yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let your mum know when I'm next up, and we can do some more plane spotting. That'd be great. The hump being referred to behind the pier, is that Northumberlandia or building spot? Oh, I know what you mean. Ah, sorry. You're on about that, aren't you? That hump in the background. That is I'm pretty sure that is the remains of the place where they started excavating. I'm pretty sure it's that. I don't think it's Northumberlandia. I might be wrong. It could be. But I'm pretty sure that's the remains of where they had the open cast. Might be completely wrong, but yeah, I think it's that. Ryanair just starting up. Yeah, I'm very well, thanks. Keeping well. Just really pleased I had an extra chance to do a live stream with all of you tonight, because I wasn't going to be able at first to do one till next week, and then managed to finish a job I had today a bit earlier. So I thought, hey, Turkish is due in. A couple of free birds are due in. Why not do a live stream? And it's lovely to be with you all tonight. Lovely to be with you all. Embra's had so many US movements. They have indeed, mate. If it changes, you'll let us know. Thank you very much, UK Aviation Images. Really appreciate that, mate. Edward Porter, I know you're from Edinburgh. Seen you up for Air Force One. Yes, that's right. And COP26. That's right, mate. Back in November. That was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Right, here comes the Ryanair, rolling down the runway. See how far down it rotates. You can just hear the engines. You might be able to hear that. Beautiful. Well, folks, I can't believe I'm going to have to do it again, but I'm going to have to change the camcorder battery again. We only have 3 minutes left remaining on this camcorder battery, so I am going to have to change it in just a moment, otherwise the camcorder will die. Field on the north side near Charlie. Yes, there is a good spot there as well, but the only problem is it's obscured a lot of the time by the hedges, so you'll only see touchdowns, lineups, and nothing else. You won't see the aircraft taxi into the gate. You won't see any other activity. Whereas here, I know we're a little bit further away, but at least you can still see the aircraft parked up and everything. The spot at the other end, you can't do that. So, yeah, this one or the one near the metro are definitely the two best ones. Great coverage from Blackpool, mate. Lovely to have you on board, Ian. Sadly miss our services from Blackpool by Ryanair Jet 2. Do you know what? I never got round to it, but you know the last year when Jet 2 were operating from Blackpool, they still had some classics, some classic 300s operating, and I meant to go down to Blackpool to film them, and I never did it. And to this day, I'm absolutely gutted I didn't do it. Right, folks, here's our next movement. Freebird A320 just taxiing. That's going to be our next one. SJ, you're so jealous Newcastle gets more variety of airlines than Aberdeen. We do, but I will say this, Aberdeen is definitely busier. I can spend hours and hours at Aberdeen and it's just one helicopter movement after another one, another turboprop, another business jet, another... You know, it's always constant, the traffic at Aberdeen, which I love. Yes, you don't have the variety like other airports do, but still, I love going to Aberdeen. It's a great airport. 480, yeah, I know, I can't believe we had about 560 tuned in a few minutes ago. Absolutely incredible for a Sunday evening. Thank you all so much. I know a lot of you will have work tomorrow or school, so you know, if you do want to stay around for the Emirates, please do. I'm hoping it departs before 10 o'clock, and then that'll be us for the day. But yeah, it's great to have so many of you on board, folks. I am just going to have to quickly change the camcorder battery because it is dying, and I don't want this going off when the Freebird departs. So just bear with me. I'm going to quickly change the battery. The live stream will go off momentarily, but it won't be for very long. Right, just 1 second, folks. There we go, and that's us back up and live again. Sorry about that. Just had to change the battery and make sure that we could keep up this live stream because we wouldn't want it dying. Like I say, I'm still paranoid about this phone because if this if this phone goes off, oh man. Hello from Antalya, Jagmur Vivolkan. Hello from Antalya. Great to have you with us. We've got Freebird A320 from Antalya in at the moment, so yeah. Do you ever get 747-400s, Bob? Yes, we do indeed. We do indeed. Joseph, just discovered your channel, loving the stream. Nice to see such calm and tranquility, especially when compared to your local at Heathrow. That means a lot, mate. Thank you very much. I think, you know, when you are at smaller, quieter airports, you do get a chance just to, you know, just to enjoy it, to appreciate the aircraft you're seeing and so on. But at bigger airports, I never feel you do. You get lots of traffic, granted, but you just don't have the same same enjoyment. Seeing an A320 at any other airport wouldn't be interesting, but you know, here it's a nice movement to have. Right, here comes the Freebird with sharklets, just lining up. That means a lot. That means a lot. Thank you very much. Chris Wills just found this stream, really enjoying it. Came across after watching Noel Phillips. Very nice. Thank you very much. I haven't seen his video today actually. I got it through on the subscriber feed, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I will do. I found the ones when he was in India quite interesting last week. That was quite good. You can hear some of the skylarks there again. Right, here comes the A320. There we go, that's them up and away. You could hear it just as they derated the thrust there. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Obviously going from, what's it? I can't remember what it is in the Airbus Toga to... Oh, what is it? Is it Toga to Manflex, I think it is? Or maximum continuous? I can't remember what it is. I can't remember. It's that long since I flew the Airbus in the simulator, I've totally forgotten. John King, so strange seeing Newcastle with no Jet 2s. It is weird. Honestly, mate, it is weird. Usually there's at least 3 or 4 Jet 2s standing around, and yet now, because there is so much demand, every single one is up and flying. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. A year ago during the pandemic, we were talking about, you know, the aviation industry recovery and this, that and the other, and, you know, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I can see, oh, the passengers are boarding. Oh, that's not a good, I say that's not a good sign. All the passengers are just getting on board the Emirates and it's only about to turn 9 o'clock. So, oh man. Should do a live stream at Heathrow. I should do, yes. I did do one actually for the last British Airways 747 in 2020. I did one at the Hilton Hotel, and it was the only place where I could plug my laptop in, connect the camcorder and do a long live stream. So but yeah, I will have to do that again. I will have to do that. You prefer airliners over helicopters? That's fair enough, mate. That's fair. Phil Barrett, very enjoyable. Thank you very much, Phil. It's very kind, mate. Did you find out about the BA flight which forgot the landing lights? No, I didn't. I didn't find out anything about that. And Tom Hardy, great evening stream. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate that. Quality over quantity is always appreciated. That means a lot. Thank you very much. Like I say, I've done live streams for a few years, but unfortunately the one thing that's been letting me down is being able to keep them going for a long duration of time. So with the laptop, I was only able to live stream for about 30-40 minutes. Well, of course, nobody wants to watch a live stream for 30-40 minutes because just as you're starting to tune in and get into it and enjoy it, all of a sudden it's off, you know, which isn't great. So yeah. Could you say, Liz, he has wine hidden in the freezer, Nicholas? I can say that any day of the week, mate. Absolutely, Nicholas. I hope you both have a lovely evening, mate. And we'll have to be sorted, yeah, definitely. And Fia, watching from Chester. Hello, lovely to have you on board. I love going to Howden Airport near Chester. I took the nephew to the zoo there a few years ago, and we went and watched the beluga depart, and the video is all on YouTube and that. You can check it out on my channel. And oh, it's such a great airport, Chester. The only thing is when Airbus started using the Beluga XL, the big one, they put up a new blast fence at the end of the runway, which has sort of, you know, obscured the view of the runway, which is a bit of a shame. But it's still a lovely airport. To be honest, I'd rather go to Chester Airport than go to Liverpool. In all honesty, I just find Chester's better. Right, we've got the... Oops, sorry if it's blurry. We've got the police helicopter departing. Woohoo! Our local North East Police Air Service, NPAS, just departing. Hopefully he gives us a nice early left turnout. Or unless he's actually coming to give us a wave. He might be coming to give us a wave. As you can see, it's getting a little bit darker now, and oh, talking of which, I've just put the runway lights on, so yeah, it's definitely getting darker. See, the runway edge lights have just been put on there, so let's hope this Emirates isn't going to be long. Let's just see if there's any more passengers getting on. Hopefully they're all boarded. No people on the stairs there, but you know, this could be another 10 o'clock departure. I'm getting worried already. How bad is that? How bad is that? Kai Dawson, Exploring Buses, welcome back. Lovely to have you. Hello from Amsterdam. Welcome on board. Lovely to have you with us. How come they board from the back? I believe that they board economy from the back of the aircraft using stairs, and they board business class and premium economy at the front using the air bridge. I think that's right. If it's not right, I'm sure one of the Newcastle ones will correct me on that. About 8 Jet 2s due in between 1 and 2 AM, Claire. Yes, it's always busy around that time with Jet 2. They get all the flights coming back around then. Great location, definitely great. That means a lot, Flight Image. Thank you very much. Aviation show, why was the Turkish airline empty? It was flying here empty because it was picking up passengers here, not dropping any off. So it dropped the basketball team off the other day, and today it's picking them up. So, yeah. Hello from Canada, Rick. Welcome on board. It's great to have you with us. Thank you for tuning in. Copper Chopper getting ready. Yep, that was him going. David Owen, a long time ago, British Eagle Airways had regular scheduled flights to and from Chester using Viscounts, Vickers Viscounts. Ah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I was just reading a nice article about the Vickers Viscount in my Airliner World magazine the other day. There was also a section in this is the latest one, the one for this month. There was a section on Eurowings Discover and the Airbus A330s that they're using, and yeah, it was quite interesting. Was it this month or was it last month, the article on the Viscounts? Because they had a section on the Vickers Vanguard. There's a few issues of Airliner World back, but I do enjoy the articles they produce. Always very informative and gives you some good aviation news as well. It's on its way to concert, Mark. Ah, right. Interesting. Very interesting. We had one up... oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, they're taking the steps away! Folks, don't look now. They've just taken the steps away from the back of the 777. Oh! This didn't happen till like 10:15 on Friday, and they're taking the steps away now. So, come on, folks, think positively. This Emirates is going to go tonight. Come on, it's going to happen. Oh, brilliant! I'm a little bit more optimistic now. I'm a lot more optimistic now. The adrenaline's suddenly gone up again. How does an Emirates 777 take off in 2,330 metres? Well, in answer to your question, you're probably going to witness it very shortly, if everything goes to plan. He says confidently, and then the aircraft goes tech. Police helicopter investigating a bloke in a field near Newcastle Airport. I wouldn't have a clue who that would be. as you can imagine, there are many random... No, there's not. There's just me. Freebird CTOT 2136. Hello from Amsterdam. When are you coming to spot here? I'm hoping this year, but I really want to do like a good few days or at least a week in Amsterdam. Fun fact, I've never plane spotted in Amsterdam. I've driven through the Netherlands. I've driven past Schiphol Airport. But I've never actually done any plane spotting in the Netherlands. So, yeah, I really need to do it. Really need to do it. Hopefully this year. But the thing is, I want to do it with KLM as well. So I want to fly Newcastle to Amsterdam with KLM and then back. But I want to do like a proper full week there. So that'd be good. Did I hear that Emirates started Saturday services? Yes, I did. We've got 5 times weekly now, which is great. That is true trumps up the stairs at the back. Yep. True trumps at the stairs at the back. Nicholas. That is so bad, mate. So bad. Right, we've got a plane coming in. Does anybody know what it is? I'm just having a quick look on flight radar. Oh, it's an EasyJet A320 Neo Uniform Zulu Lima Bravo from Belfast, Aldergrove. Very nice. Got EI EVC coming in from Dublin. So yeah, hopefully this Emirates gets going very shortly. Just going to zoom in. Is the jet bridge still connected? Yeah, it looks like the jet bridge is still connected. So yeah, the steps have gone, but the jet bridge looks like it's still on there. But hey, it's a positive sign. It's a positive sign. Wow, I've got nearly 500 of you waiting for this Emirates to depart. Folks, stay tuned. I'm confident it's going to happen in the next half hour. I'm confident. The other day I wasn't as confident because I could see things that were happening and which weren't happening on the aircraft. Today it looks like it's going to do it. So watch this space. Just Jackie Hilton, just found you loving this. Your home airport, also loving the bird song in the background. Thanks very much, Jackie. Yeah, you can't honestly. If you know, forget me talking over, you know, doing the commentary and that. It's actually really relaxing when you just pause and you listen and you can hear the skylarks in the background, and then the other birds that are coming and going between the edges. There was a couple of goldfinches around before as well, and it's just, oh, it's so lovely. It's really nice. Beats the noise of traffic and the whole hubbub of what you usually have around an airport. It beats that any day of the week. Dylan McTurk, Emirates captain is a Scot. The Emirates captain is a Scotsman in a rush for his tatty scones and black pudding. Oh dear. Are you saying that's why he wants to get back to Dubai? Oh dear. 9:10 departure on flight radar. Yep, but it's. I'm confident it's going to be going shortly. I'm really confident. Right, here comes the EasyJet. That was a fairly firm landing, but hey, what's that saying? Any landing that you can walk away from is a good landing, so you know. Not as hard as the Ryanair one we had earlier on, so could always be worse. Enjoying the birds as well, John. That's good, mate. That's good. Ali, lovely chilled stream. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's lovely, honestly. It's so nice to have all of you on board and posting comments or questions and all sorts. It really makes the live stream. You know, it's all well and good me talking, but to have all of you participating as well is fantastic. So thank you all as well, and for being so patient. We will get this Emirates going tonight, I'm very confident. So in fact, I can see the Ranger vehicle. The Ranger vehicle's just out on the apron with his lights on, so might be going very shortly. Do planes have a warning plane reversing on them? Not really, no. They do have, oops, they do have a person that's assigned to walk alongside the aircraft, so when they attach the tug to push the aircraft back, then they'll have typically a person on each wing to make sure that there's nothing that the aircraft's going to hit, and there's no traffic that's going to affect it, and there's no obstacles in the way. Typically called wing walkers. Not literally wing walking, but at the ends of the wings, so that they can be the eyes and ears. Because obviously for the tug driver, you know, he can only see so much, and he's got to concentrate on what he's doing. So to have them there to assist is always good. But in answer to your question, no, I hope that answers your question. Did you know that EasyJet have 2 Neos with the Europe car livery? Yes, I did know that. Yes, I have actually. I'm not sure if they're Neos, because I know that the CEOs with Sharklets have them. I've seen 2 of them, but no, it wasn't. I didn't realise the Neos had them. That's interesting. Very interesting. And Generic, good evening from Hamburg. Welcome on board. Lovely to have you with us. If you stay tuned, hopefully we're going to get an Emirates 777 departing very shortly, I hope. Oh, the Emirates always seems to be the star of the show. I reckon it needs some competition. I agree. If you know the CEOs of any airline who would be prepared to fly into Newcastle, then please let me know, and you know, get them in touch with the Newcastle Airport CEO, and we'll get them flying. Sorry folks, Turkish Airlines 737-800 is pushing back. So we've got the Turkish men's basketball team, which is about to go as well, which is another great one we're going to see. You forgot you forgot the whiskey and the haggis. Oh, you cannot forget the whiskey and the haggis, honestly. That's just disrespectful. Completely disrespectful. KLM on your favourite aircraft. I'd love to fly KLM, honestly. That's top of my list for this year. Top of my list. David Owen, always good standard of bird song in my videos. Thanks, mate. Thank you. I'm sure there was a thing in, was it Sony Vegas and one of the or Vegas Pro, where you could actually get an overlay that, you know, reduced the interference of bird song and this, that and the other. I was like, how is it interference? Bird song is nice, unless it's a... Actually, saying that, bird song's nice as long as it's not a seagull that's after your fish and chips down by the coast, or a pigeon that is pestering you for every little bit of every crumb of sandwich that drops when you're sat on a bench having something to eat. Unless it's those 2 things, then yeah, I suppose. Most bird songs quite nice. Hanging out with you and the other spotters on Friday was more fun than you know, John. Oh, it was great fun, mate. It was really good. And honestly, Friday, there was far more traffic than even I expected. I expected it to be quiet, apart from the movements that were scheduled, but to have the extra ones that were delayed was just, oh, it was brilliant. It was really, really good. Time we were staying here till Jaden, just until this Emirates departs, basically. And actually, it looks like, yes, they've taken the jet bridge off the aircraft, so that aircraft is ready for pushback. So he should depart in the next 10 to 20 minutes. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's getting quite chilly now. So the sun going down and it clouding over, it is getting a little bit cold on the hands right now. And of course, I forgot my coat. I left my coat in the car, but not to worry. I've got a pair of gloves, which will keep us going for now. There's that Neo that went by, yep. Turkish is on flight radar, brilliant. CTOT 2036. Hopefully gets airborne earlier. I can hear his engines have started. So hopefully the Turkish gets a little bit earlier. Although actually saying that, they're pushing him on to stand 25, so maybe he won't. They might actually let the Emirates go first, you know. They might do that. Do I usually stream on a Sunday, Jackie? I have done for the... Oh, sorry to interrupt. The beacon light is on. Look at that. The beacon light is on the Emirates. Woohoo! Happy days. We're going to get an Emirates taken off. Woohoo! Oh, man. Oh, happy days. So we're going to get the Emirates, then the Turkish, presumably, if the Emirates is pushing back. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Sorry, Jackie, in answer to your question, I did live stream last week, or last Sunday, and I have live streamed today, but it just depends on my work. Most of this next week, I'll be working evenings up till like 10, 11 o'clock, so I won't be doing much, probably any live streams this next week, but the week after I will be. It all really just depends on my work schedule. So, but yeah, I try and do it at the weekends, just when I'm able to, or if there's some interest in traffic as well. So yeah. Oh, look at that! Look at that! They're finally pushing back. Happy days. Oh, I'm so excited. Sorry, but anyone who tuned in on Friday, anybody who tuned in, knows how long we patiently waited for to see this thing take off. And it didn't, and finally today we're going to get it departing. And there's over 600 of you tuned in at the moment to watch it take off. This is going to be, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So it's just pushing back now. I need to calm myself right down, because anything can happen between now and taking off. You know, they might have a technical issue and have to return to stand, or, you know, there might be that one passenger who can't resist a last Greg sausage roll and wants to go back to the terminal. So anything can happen, but it's looking very good. It's looking extremely good. Oh, happy days. Scott, hi, will you be out on Saturday the 9th to see FR 173? I probably won't be, mate. I'll probably be working, unfortunately. Sorry. Is it unusual for an Emirates to do single engine taxi? I've not known of one do a single engine taxi. It's always, for noise especially, it's usually two. I don't think I've ever seen one. Some of the normal aircraft like Ryanair and that do, but yeah, not most of them. You wonder if EasyJet will open their Newcastle base again? I hope so. It would be great if they did. But to be honest, with Ryanair taking up the slack now, I can't see it happening personally. Oh, you can hear the GE90 engines. I can hear them starting up. Yeah, you can hear it. Oh, lovely. Lovely jubbly. Freebird's pushing back to park nose out and stand 2-5 awaiting his slot. Brilliant. Jonathan, are you sitting down? The Emirates is ready. Mate, no, I'm not sitting down. I'm standing up. If I sit down now, I might go to sleep. Honestly. It's that exciting. Alex Praglovsky, hello mate, how are you doing? Great to have you with us. It looks familiar. Yes, we were when you came over, mate. We went to the spot which was a bit closer to the runway, but today we're a little higher up. So yeah, lovely to have you on board, mate. I hope you're keeping well. What's the odds of the stream getting to 1,000 views? To be honest with you, I am just astounded that there's over 650 of you here with me right now to watch this Emirates 777 depart, and hopefully the Turkish as well. So big welcome to each and every one of you. If you have just joined, we're going to watch this 777 to take off in just a few minutes. And if it's running on time, the Turkish Airlines 737-800 there as well. It's got the men's Turkish men's basketball team. Apparently they beat Team GB yesterday, which I found out through one of our viewers in the stream. Thank you. So, but yeah, it's lovely to have you all with us. It's really good to have you all with us. If you're going to fly KLM, you've got to do the E195 E2. Yeah, that'll be fantastic. Just got back in time for the Emirates, Phil. Welcome back, mate. It almost reminds me of the Formula 1 commentator. You know, when he says it's lights off and away we go. Well, literally for the Emirates, it's lights on and away we go. John Walton, hello from 23 Right at Manchester Airport. First time you've seen this airport. Lovely to have you with us. Great to have you with us. And hopefully you'll enjoy the Emirates departing in just a moment. We'll get that going. What was wrong with the Emirates on Friday? It just kept missing its slot, basically. Kept getting later and later and later. And unfortunately, we just, I couldn't stay that long. My phone battery was dying and we were live for about 4 hours, so I reached a cut-off point and then we had to go, unfortunately. So yeah, not to worry. You can tell if it's a British Emirates pilot on the inbound flight because the first thing they do is go to Greg's in the terminal. Hey, man. It was quite funny. Was it last year, October and November time? One of the first flights that Emirates did when they reinstated the route to Newcastle, one of the first flights was operated by a local pilot, and it sounded so weird to hear a Geordie accent on the frequency. Oh my goodness, we've got taxi in there. The plane is moving. It's happening, folks. It is happening. What a sickener this would be, though, if they decide to use runway 07. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine it? If the Emirates went off 07 right now, I mean, it would just, I'd have to sit down and cry. The wind has died down a little bit as well. Woo! You can hear the 777 engines from your housemate in Dinnington. Oh, the sound of the GE90, mate, is just amazing. It really is. Oh, phew. No, they're going runway 25. They are going runway 25. Whew. I was getting worried there for a second. You picked a good time to tune in, clearly. It is, yeah, you picked a great time, mate. We've got the star movement of the day just about to depart. So you couldn't have timed it better. Unfortunately, there's not much of a crosswind, so there'll probably not be much in the way of exciting manoeuvres after departure. But hey, it's going to be good to see it take off at last. The GB game was today. Oh, it was today. Oh, right. Sorry, I thought it was yesterday. My bad. Thanks for correcting that. And we've just hit over 708 people watching. Big welcome to each and every one of you on board. It's lovely to have you with us. And if you are just tuning in, the star movement of the day here at Newcastle Airport is just about to depart. It's taxiing right now and is bound for Dubai. So yeah, we've waited patiently. It's ever so slightly delayed, but not by much. And we're here to watch that. Also, folks, the Turkish Airlines 737-800 with the men's basketball team, that is also taxiing. So buy one, get one free. Happy days. Happy days. So yeah, we've got both of those ready to go. Just going to get a quick 4K still of the Turkish taxiing. There it is. This is perfect. The way this is worked out with the Emirates and the Turkish going at the same time. It's really ideal. It'll be really good to watch this Emirates taking off. Definitely, Phil. Definitely. It's going to be a good one. Amish, hello. Welcome on board. Definitely Northumberlandia, Chris. Thanks for that, mate. Yeah. I wasn't sure what it was, but that's obviously what it is. That big mound at the back, Northumberlandia. And there's the mighty triple. There it is. Chris Kennedy, thank you so much, mate. That really, really means a lot. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much, Chris. You've all been, honestly, on Friday and today and last week, you've all been so supportive of the channel and the content. I cannot thank you all enough. I keep saying it time after time, so thank you all so much. And to every single one of you who's tuned in right now. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit excited, but I am quite excited at the moment. So there we go. Turkish 738 and the Emirates. Doesn't get better than that here. Delta 1, runway 25. It is indeed. It is indeed. Danielle, yes, he's departing. He is indeed. Sorry, I keep knocking the camera. Yeah, I was so worried for a second when he was taxiing out there that he was going to make a carry straight on and take off from runway 07, so taking off toward the coast. But the wind, thankfully, is still favouring runway 25, so panic averted. It's still going to depart heading toward us, which is good. And just a fun fact, we've got 787 people tuned in at the moment, which is crazy. 787, Boeing 787 Dreamliner, which is an aircraft. So there you go. Fun little fact. Beautiful sunset departure. It is. It's going to be an amazing sunset departure. It really is. And thank you all so much again, everyone who's tuned in. It's lovely to have you all on board. And we're now about to get a double treat. So we'll get the Emirates going and we'll get the Turkish going. So that'll be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It is. It's a lovely night, Danielle, for the Emirates staying off. It's great. David, just found the stream this evening, really enjoying it. Thanks so much for joining me. It's lovely to have you on board. Darla Scott, evening from Teesside, from sunny Redcar. Oh, yous must be doing something right in Redcar if it's sunny there. Because I tell you what, up here it's cloudy and I think they've turned the sun off just for us. But it was nice earlier on, to be honest. It was really nice, and then it's just sort of become more cloudy. But not to worry. Got 826 of you tuned in at the moment, which is crazy. It's lovely to have you all there with me as well to watch this 777 go. It's fantastic to have you all on board. Charlie Delap, thank you so much for the kind donation, mate. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. Dwarfs the 737 behind it. It does. It really does. You can see the size difference just there. It's the size of the 777 versus the 73. I mentioned this on Friday, but the fuselage, the width of the fuselage of that 737 is basically the width of one of the engines on the Emirates 777. That's how big the aircraft is. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Can't wait to hear them engines. Yep, same here. Mark Jones, hello from Wickham. Great to have you with us, mate. Welcome on board. Well, we're just waiting patiently now for the Emirates. Wait for them to line up and depart. And like I say on Friday, for any of you who were with us on Friday, we waited until about 20 past 10 in the evening, and we waited and we waited and we waited, and it just didn't go. And then the aircraft got a slot delay, so it was later still, and unfortunately I just wasn't able to stay for it. But oh, they're lining up now. Emirates is taxiing straight ahead. So here we go. This is going to be it. You can't compare it. No, you absolutely can't. It's just massive. And like I say, if you see this at any other airport, I mean, if you're at an airport where you get 777s in all the time, you know, you don't really care that much if you see an A380 here or a 747 there. But at a smaller airport, more regional airport, you really, really appreciate it. Chris Kennedy, phone rebooting 3, 2, 1. Don't even go there, mate. Don't even go there. If this phone was to reboot, then I would literally sit down and cry. I honestly would. Shout out to Liz, she's here now. Welcome on board as well. Nicholas, and to Liz as well. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. All we need is the phone not to crash for another minute and we're good. If it crashes, you can blame me, and yeah, I'm going to go and sit in a dark corner somewhere and cry my eyes out. Here every night you live in Kenton. Nice one. Very nice. 5 times a week it is, it's back at, the flight is now, so here we go. See if we can hear the engines. And it's lights out. And away we go. Here she comes rolling down the runway. Oh, what a sound. Here it comes. Up, up and away. Beautiful. Woohoo! Oh, I can't believe we finally got it. We finally got it. Oh my goodness. That is so cool. Oh, what an amazing plane. What an amazing plane. And the lighting was just, oh, perfect. Flight Image, thank you so much for the kind donation, mate. That really is so kind of you. Thank you so much. Good show tonight, folks. Yeah, and hey, it's been really good, and nearly 1,000 of you tuned in at the moment. It's absolutely incredible. So thank you so much to each and every one of you who's tuned in this evening. It's been amazing. We're going to watch this Turkish go, and then that'll do us for this evening. Unless the Ryanair might not be too far. The Ryanair's just over Chesley Street, Jules. We might stick around for the Ryanair, and then we'll call it an evening. But Vincent, nice to see a local ad stream from our local airport. Thank you, mate. It's I've honestly, this last week or so, I've been blown away by all of your support. So I'll keep saying it and keep saying thank you. But just even everyone who's commenting, and to see where different ones are from, and people who are tuning in locally and around the world and everything, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So nice to have everyone on board. Thank you so much. Michael Wayne, yes, it looks huge. It's absolutely massive. And now we'll get the Turkish going. You'll have to wait just a second for wake turbulence, and then you can take off, which is going to be, I think that's them rolling now. Yep, that's the Turkish rolling now. So here we go. Another good movement to see. And this is Turkish Airlines with the men's basketball team on board, heading back to Istanbul. There we go, that's it up. There we go, and there's the Turkish. Hey! Oh, that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Couldn't have... The timing for the two of them as well was just... That was spot on. Absolutely spot on. Oh, man. I can see there's still over 900 of you tuned in at the moment watching. Absolutely incredible, folks. Each and every one of you, thank you so much for being here tonight. We're going to stay live for a few more minutes. We're going to watch... Ryanair's 737-800 from Dublin land, and all of you, Alex Braglovsky, mint, amazing, impressive. Oh, honestly, so pleased all of you think the same as me. That was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think the Emirates is actually climbing out just to the north of the airport as well. So, oh, it was brilliant. You can hear it in Bladen. Nice one, mate. Nice one. Hello down the road from Brunswick. Nice one. Yeah, it's just turned and it's actually flying. It's turned up to the north and is climbing away up that way. So, a little bit of a difference for the route. Just trying to see if I can see it through the cloud, but the cloud's too low, unfortunately, so cannot see it. But we'll stick around for the Ryanair that's going to land in a minute. Rob Chamberlain, cracking show. That sound, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, just cannot beat the sound of those GE90 engines. And just in the distance there, folks, the Ryanair is on the approach. It has just turned onto final approach, so we'll pan over to this, we'll get it landing, and then that's going to do us. John Driscoll, thank you so much for that kind donation, mate. That really means a lot. Thank you so much. And we're just going to... sorry if you can see me playing around with the screen. I just need to manual focus it. And then just up here we have the last movement of the day that we're going to film. Ryanair 737-800 all the way from Dublin. It's been really good today. It's been really good. Hello from Manchester. Welcome on board. First time, Michael Kelly. First time seeing the stream from Newcastle. Great job. Thank you so much, mate. Hello from Ireland. Greetings from the northeast. It's lovely to have you with us. And Anthony Mills as well. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate that. Ryanair district driver. Ryanair's just turning in at the coast. Yep, that's it. Bunich, time for McDonald's. We've got one more to go yet. Then we'll do that. One more to go. Then McDonald's time. Hey. And again, thank you all so much to everyone who's tuned in. I know there's fewer people now because it's just a lowly Ryanair we've got coming in, but nevertheless, thank you all so much. It's been amazing. Is the Boeing 737-800 the safest plane? You could argue that. You could argue that. Head on with the lights and direct overhead. Yeah, I like, to be honest with you, usually I like to keep the pan of the overhead shot going as I'm going like panning upwards, but I've got the tripod set a little bit too low at the moment, so I can't do the full pan right over the top. But still, it does for what I need anyway, which is the main thing. Next time I'll try and get the tripod set a little higher so I can do that. Globemaster SE. And Donald, hello from New Orleans, USA. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. EasyJet to Belfast just called up. You're trying to incite me to stay, aren't you, Newcastle Fly? I can feel it. I can feel it. Right, here's the Ryanair coming in. Unfortunately, the glare from the lights is obscuring part of the view, but it's not too bad. Ooh, now that's solid. Yep, that was that's 2 out of 3 Ryanair landings which have been pretty firm, and that's after me saying before, oh, they're not all that bad. So yeah. That was a fairly firm one. When's your next live stream? Next live stream, I'm not sure. It'll probably not be next week. It'll probably be the week after. Phil Tovey, you're going to say goodnight and say thank you for the good live stream from Warwick in Warwickshire. Thank you so much for tuning in, mate. It's been lovely to have you on board. Hello from Dubai. Hello from Milan in Italy. Great to have you with us. Where have the PMDG streams gone? They've gone for now, unfortunately. Trying to focus more on the airport side, which I think more of you appreciate now. But we might do them again in the future. Who knows? Who knows? Emirates is number 2 worldwide at the moment. Never! That is so cool, Charlie. That is so cool. So wow, that's amazing. So it's actually, oh it is, I've just checked on Flight Radar, it's number 2 tracked in the world at the moment. How cool is that? Oh, whoever would have thought that the lowly little Emirates flight from Newcastle to Dubai would become number 1 in the world watched. Number 2 even, sorry. That is so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, look forward to the next one. Thanks very much, Jackie, and lovely to have you on board as well. Take care of yourself. You can hear it coming in now fast. The police helicopter. Oh yeah, I can see the police helicopter. Okay, fine, we'll stay for the police helicopter and then we'll cut the live stream. Adam, where's the spot you film at? If you have a look on Google Maps, there's a nice little Google pin which shows you exactly where it is. It's Newcastle Airport Planespotting location. It's on Google Maps. Ken Passy, thank you so much. Lovely to have you on board and we'll see you soon. Thanks very much, mate. Take care of yourself. And Ali Cat, lovely to have you with us as well. And John Driscoll as well, great to have you with us, mate. Thanks so much for being on board tonight. And Captain Psycho, thank you so much, mate. Big Mac and Fries Run, mate. That's too kind of you, mate. Thank you so much. Honestly, everyone's been so supportive. I can't thank you all enough. Well, here's the police helicopter coming back after a little sortie. And cracking night, Charlie, thank you so much. Big Mac and Fries are on me, Captain Psycho. Oh, I'm going to have a Big Mac and Fries now, aren't I? There's me going to go for the 99p cheeseburger as well. Hey! That flew past your house, Callum. Nice one, mate. Nice one. Bunich, thank you very much as well. Appreciate it. Daniel's live. Oh, mate, it's been lovely to have you on board. Been lovely. Nicholas, Nick and Liz, as always, hope you both have a great evening. Thank you so much for your support and being on board tonight. It's been brilliant. It's been really good. Bit of tyre rubber there, yes. Absolutely, David. It all adds to the surface though, so, you know, just think it'll save Newcastle resurfacing the airport, the runway for another year, so there's always a positive. Newcastle Flyer, thank you so much as well, mate. Oh, honestly, really appreciate you having you on board and all the good chat and everything, and having your input is brilliant. Thank you so much. Samuel as well, District Driver, JD, Adam, Tom Hardy as well, thank you all so much. Alan, thanks as well for watching, it's been great. What camera do you use? I use a Panasonic HC V720. So I use this one. I use the Panasonic V720 for live streaming, and then what I do, you know, the normal videos I do, I just use this, which is my, sorry, the focus is out. I use my 4K camcorder there, so I've got that one running, so I can upload like separate videos in 4K for all of you. So yeah, that's the setup. But anyway, folks, that is going to be it from here at Newcastle Airport for tonight. It's been wonderful. We had nearly 1,000 of you watching, and we've still got 500 of you tuned in at the moment. It's been amazing. Thank you all so much. To all of our dear channel members, to each and every one of you who very kindly donated to the channel, cannot thank you enough. All of your comments, questions and everything just makes the live stream 10 times better. So thank you so much. Spitfire F100, James, Crow's Military, Mark from Concert, everyone. Daniel's live, thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in and watched. And I'm going to go and grab a bite to eat, get myself away to bed, up for work tomorrow morning. So from the northeast, from Newcastle Airport, Chris Kennedy as well, thank you so much, mate. Take care of yourselves, have a great week, whatever you get up to. We'll try and do a live stream, not next week, but the week after. And if you stay tuned on the channel, if you hit the notifications, it should pop up when I schedule the live stream. And we'll try and do one the week after next. But take care of yourselves, have a lovely evening. Alex Praglovsky as well, mate. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. Thank you all, everyone. Good night.